Boulevard home game of the week on the Fans Sports Network.
Punishing runner.
Into the end zone, touchdown.
Big hole up the middle. 15, 10, 5, touchdown
For a touchdown. Welcome into Hurricane High School. Hurricane Tigers hosting the Cedar Reds in this first round Utah State playoff matchup. And it is round one here. Again, from Hurricane High School, Tigers and Reds going at it for the second time this season. Caden Formaster here and Nathan Nelson on the broadcast with you this evening. And tonight's game is just one of many for our local Southern Utah teams, and one of two where we have Southern Utah teams facing off head-to-head against each other. We don't see that all too often, but we got two of them this year, and we had a bunch last year as well.
Yep.
And so, for whatever reason, Southern Utah just likes to knock each other out in the first round. Whether we like it or not, that's what we got.
Well, that's how rivalries are built, meeting in the playoffs. That's what the playoffs are all about.
That's right. That's right. And these two teams have met up and I think are on the verge of creating quite the rivalry with how they've been playing recently. But today's game here is brought to you by Boulevard Home, making your house a home for over 50 years here in Southern Utah. And pregame show brought to you today by Buck's Ace Hardware. Buck's has the best selection for guns, ammo, barbecues, lawns, garden. You can think Bucks with their 3 Southern Utah locations. One of them right here towards the north end zone of us.
Right, basically right next to us here on our left.
That's right. Little Bucks Ace Hardware right here in Hurricane. Today also brought to you by Findlay Subaru. Check them out on the saving side of the freeway with their all-star lineup online at findlaysubaru.com. And Down East Clothing, where you could save 30% on all home products for a limited time. Down East, going back to the roots, you can save big on quality products. Getting closer here for a national anthem inside of our pregame show. And again,
that means the game is just around the corner.
Absolutely, just getting closer to kickoff here. So we are going to step aside and take a break for the national anthem. When we come back, it'll be that much closer to kickoff here on the Fan Sports Network.
You could wander around a warehouse store forever and never find the one thing that can make all the difference. A helpful face? Now that's something to consider. Everything your local Bucks Ace stands for is written on our faces. Welcoming, neighborly, knowledgeable. When you're in need of a helpful face, visit one of our 3 Southern Utah locations.
Best Friends Animal Sanctuary in Kanab is open daily for free family fun. Take a tour, volunteer, hike a trail, or bring home a new best friend. Visit Best Friends today for magical memories that'll last forever.
Hey, it's Marco from Coral Canyon Golf Course inviting you to play the course with the best backdrop in Southern Utah. Make sure you get out and experience great golf for a great price at Coral Canyon. Visit coralcanyongolfcourse.com or call us at 435-688-1700 for your tee times.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the Cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
Fabulous Freddy's is the locals' choice for a full-service car wash. It's fast. Have your car washed in just 20 minutes or less. Fabulous Freddy's always keeps it clean inside and out with 2 Southern Utah locations as well as in Vegas, Lehigh, and Sandy.
Nets on Fire is the place to hoop in Southern Utah. Elevate your game with group or individual training with elite coaching. Hustle to netsonfire.org to learn more and see why so many rising stars hoop at Nets. Nets on Fire, building champions on and off the court.
Oh, hello, Italian nightclub from Jimmy John's. Ciao, freshly baked bread piled with Italian-style meats. Hey, hand-sliced veggies. Am I obsessed with this sandwich? Yeah. So what if I am? Jimmy John's. Order online or on the app.
Scooter's Coffee and Hurricane is the best way to start your day or get you through your day. From breakfast sandwiches to cinnamon rolls to amazing smoothies and, of course, coffee. Anytime is a good time to sip and smile Scooter's Coffee. Open 7 days a week.
Nets on Fire is the place to hoop in Southern Utah. Elevate your game with group or individual training with elite coaching. Hustle to netsonfire.org to learn more and see why so many rising stars hoop at Nets. Nets on Fire, building champions on and off the court.
Remember when Down East was all scratch and dent furniture? Your go-to for dorm rooms, kids' rooms, and first homes? Well, the times have changed and Down East has changed with you. Down East is proud to offer our beautiful collection of high-quality furniture designed to elevate your space and make a statement. From stylish sofas and dining tables to cozy bedroom collections. If you're starting fresh or looking to upgrade, Down East has everything you need to create the home you'll love.
Hi, I'm Jermaine O'Jegman from The Rink, and I'm inviting you to come out and skate The Rink. The Rink is the hot spot in town for big group events and kid birthday parties. We now have a karaoke room and retro skate night every Friday night. Visit skatetherink.com to learn more and let the good times roll at The Rink.
Red Rock Real Estate has over 200 professional realtors in the St. George area that specialize in the local market. Whether you're buying your dream home, looking for an investment property, or want to sell your home for the highest amount, the Red Rock Real Estate team is here to assist you. Get started now by visiting redrockrealestate.com.
Your child's sports journey starts with the City of St. George Recreation. From their first steps on the quarter field to becoming a star player, our youth sports programs are here to develop talents and teamwork skills. So get out and play. Check out all the sports and get signed up at sgcityrec.org.
Today's game is brought to you by Appliance Wholesalers Plus, Buck's Ace Hardware, Dealer Collision, and Findlay Subaru. Welcome back in, everybody, here on the Fan Sports Network. And today's game here at Hurricane High School, as the Hurricane Tigers getting ready to host the Cedar Reds in this first round matchup. And last time around, these two teams faced off, and Cedar got the best of Hurricane, 28-21. Now, this is a little bit of a different team than we've seen on both sides. One thing for Cedar, they lost their starting quarterback, Everett Kelling. He is out for the rest of the season. So we are going to be seeing a little bit of a shift there, and we'll see what else they have to offer here with this new lineup that they have.
Losing that quarterback, that junior quarterback who's just having such a good season, that's obviously big-time loss for the Reds. So super unfortunate, but we'll see how the sophomore does tonight.
Absolutely, and one of the other guys coming in here, I mean, I should say Jackson Mann is one of those that's going to be very relied upon here as the quarterback coming in. But Caleb Pauley is another one of those names for the Cedar side that if he can get running downhill a little bit, he could be dangerous. Mm-hmm. So expect to see him tonight as one of those guys that's going to be really important in that Cedar lineup. And then to go along with that, I mean, looking over across at the other side of things with the Hurricane Tigers. Hurricane Tigers right now, again, having a little bit of a bounce-back year. Still not a perfect season, but you know what? They're hosting in the playoffs, and they haven't done that in a while.
They haven't done that in, I believe, 7 years or so.
Yeah,
is what I heard. Yeah,
you got to be pretty happy about that.
Home playoff game for sure. This crowd's going to be excited. You know, that national anthem that had some playoff atmosphere to it. All that.
Yeah, absolutely. And for this Hurricane Tiger team, new coach with Coach Cowan coming in and bringing a little bit of a different style. They do like to run the ball. They, in games past, they kind of run a two running back set where you kind of don't know where it's going. But as coin toss is going on at midfield here. And Cedar won, they are going to defer, and Hurricane will be receiving on the south side. So Tigers in the black jersey with the Reds in the white jerseys and those gold helmets. And
very, very good color scheme.
Great color scheme.
Coming into this playoff game. Great color scheme.
Absolutely.
Just kind of the random things that I noticed during football games.
Absolutely. No, I love a good black color scheme. Mm-hmm. So like the Reds with the gold helmets, amazing. Yep. Hurricane with the black jerseys and the red tops, I like that as well.
The black jerseys always look very intimidating for sure.
Absolutely.
And you need to look intimidating for a playoff game.
Yeah, for sure. It's pretty exciting stuff. So we've got ourselves some good football headed your way here as the Tigers now taking a knee in the south end zone as a team as they're getting ready to run through the tunnel here created by the cheerleaders and bringing us some playoff action on this Friday night.
High school playoff football.
Well, if you are just joining us here, we do have a bunch of other games going on around Region 9 and around southern Utah, northern Utah, kind of all over the place. But some of those quick updates before we get too far into it. At halftime, Snow Canyon was up over Murray 7-0. Then they took another lead into the third, early into the third, to go up 14-0. Then Hey, you know what? Another one. Turnover after turnover. They go up 20-0.
Wow.
Missed the PAT, though,
Wow.
so they kept it there at 20-0. Then throw in one more, 27-0.
That's rough.
They kept on packing on the points, and the Warriors are moving along as that game's just about reaching a close. It was a 5 o'clock kickoff. We also have Desert Hills in action right now. Last score that I saw was as they were approaching halftime, 28-14, Desert Hills leading. Not the score I thought they would have going up against a team in Jordan that is the lowest ranked team here in the playoffs.
Bit of a weaker team. I've said earlier, don't underrate them, don't underestimate them, nothing like that, but kind of a closer game.
Absolutely, a much closer game than expected. So with that said, though, getting ready for kickoff to get underway here as the Hurricane Tigers take a rush on over to the sideline through the alleyway created by the cheerleaders. And again, the Tigers to receive the ball to start this game. Good playoff atmosphere is, one thing with the early season games that we have is the sun's up through about half the game.
Yep.
These
Sun's
playoff
down.
games, sun's down,
Sun is
lights
down.
on.
It's a little cooler.
And we're ready to play some football.
Yes, sir. Yes, we are.
They got some Inner Sandman playing.
Yeah. Cool little fact, that's actually my favorite song.
Is it really?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Really? Okay. A little Metallica.
Little Metallica.
Who is it that plays it? It's Virginia Tech
yes,
plays some
yes,
Metallica
yes.
as well. That's their go-to.
One of the more iconic college football entrances for sure.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one. And every school's kind of got their own thing. Desert Hills has that Thunderstruck going.
Yes, yes.
You've got.
I mean, that's just the perfect song for Desert Hills.
Snow Canyon, especially for basketball, they get Welcome to the Jungle going.
Oh yeah.
That one's always good. So everybody's got their own thing. Hurricane here with a little Inner Sandman tonight. I'm a fan of that.
I am a fan of that. Always good to hear some Metallica at a football game.
Absolutely. Well, we're getting closer and closer here to kick off. A little bit of a delay here for whatever reason is the clock's still ticking down, but we are past 7 o'clock. So they're just taking their sweet time, getting the plays to their team and getting hyped up. And
when does the game actually start on time?
This is something we were talking about today on our show from the bleachers.
Yes,
was
we were.
How MLB games have such a direct and exact start time. For example, the World Series, 6:08 p.m.
Yep, and that is underway right now.
Yeah.
The NBA has a horrible start time.
Yeah, NBA start times are never on time.
Yeah.
But here we go with the Cedar Reds getting ready to kick off to the Hurricane Tigers here. As, again, the Tigers getting ready to kick this one away. Or, excuse me, the Reds getting ready to kick this one away. Reds in the white jerseys.
Yep, Reds in the white, Tigers in the black.
And here we go. Kick is away, and it's going to be hauled in at about the 7-yard line. Tucked across to the left arm and evading some tacklers. Finally wrapped up. That was Peyton Ludlow on the grab there. And Austin McRoberts bringing one out to set up around looks like they'll put him around the 27. They'll move it all the way up to the 29. 29-yard line.
Short of the 30, that's a very good return, considering where he took that kickoff.
Yeah, he'll take that all day long. Here comes the Tigers offense. Dylan Gabriel at the helm of this Tiger offense. Sends a guy in motion. Fakes a handoff, keeps it himself, rolls it out, play action, pump fakes, and is going to be taken down. It's going to be a loss of about 5 yards on the play. Look at the loss of 4 there. Couldn't develop anything in the secondary.
No. That play just took too long to develop good coverage down the field by Cedar, and they managed to complete the play and get that sack.
So we go on 2nd and long now. Maybe give him 2nd and 13 here. Good defensive coverage there by the Reds to get into the backfield on the rush. Here we go, 2nd down. A little bit of jump, but they didn't snap the ball. It's all good. Cedar settles back in. This time it is a handoff. No, they went up the middle with it. They faked all of us out.
Yes,
Even the
they
camera
did.
crew, they faked us all. They went off with that early handoff, faked the around, and it went up the middle for a pretty good gain there, all the way down to the 35-yard line. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 4. I like that. I like a little.
Yeah, I do.
This is something that they are running here where they like I said, either they have 2 running backs or maybe they'll send someone on a sweep or whatever.
You never know what
so
they're going to do.
You just don't know where the ball's going to end up and whose hands it's going to be in. So as a defense, you just have to be on your toes.
Oh,
on
that
a jump,
was just
big jump.
Bad false start penalty right there.
So that'll back them on up. After a big game, too, and you're on 3rd and short.
Yeah.
Oof, that's rough.
Just the playoff jitters getting to you.
And it's early in the game, but listen, you don't want to tack on too many of these flags too early.
No.
So on 3rd down and 9, Gabriel runs back out to the huddle to give the play to the team.
Yeah, and penalties like that are just a rough way to kill some momentum that you had going on the previous play.
So here we go, 3rd down. Tigers in control here. Snap is away. Play action. Gets it to his receiver, going around to that far side. Puts on the brakes around the sideline. It's enough for the 1st down. And I believe that was Brody Jacobs. Brody Jacobs getting the Fabulous Freddy's 1st down. Brings up 1st and 10 here with the Tigers now set up just across the 40 at the 42. And it's a big 1st down play. When you got your backs against the wall on a 3rd and long, 3rd and 9.
Yes.
Handoff taken up the middle. Good gain up the middle there by Connor Clyde. And it is now 2nd down with 4 to go. Tigers moving the ball.
Yes, they are. After that tough false start penalty, this is an excellent way to bounce back.
What I like on that 3rd down, they went with the short passing play,
Yep.
Changing it up where they do get so many yards on the ground. Kind of a ground and pound offense here, but they did get some through the air here.
Mm-hmm.
They send McRoberts in motion. McRoberts does not take it. Gabriel keeps it himself, but he loses 2. So again, now 3rd down and give him 6.
Yeah, tasked with another, not long, but kind of, mid-average 3rd down length right here on 3rd and 6.
Clock continuing to tick down here with 8:15. Snap is away. Gabriel looking to pass. Pump fakes once. Throws out to the near sideline. It's caught. And that's Austin McRoberts. Again, making another play, this time for a 1st down.
Excellent play right there to follow up the 3rd and 6, picking up that 1st down. Love that play right there. As we take a look here on the instant replay. Boom, just an out route. Perfect.
Yeah, good spot there. Getting them into now Cedar Red territory. Set up on the 42, where they started on the 42 on one side, and now back at the 42 on the other side here. So this offense continuing to roll on their 1st drive of the game. McRoberts goes in motion. Snap is away. Delayed handoff. Wrapped up around the legs and taken down. Brody Jacobs goes down for a loss. Big loss on the play of 7 yards there. So big 2nd and 17 to go.
Yeah, don't love following that passing play up with that run play, but we'll see how they can bounce back here.
Oh, and a jump. Flags on the play. Question is who jumped first, but I believe it was Hurricanes.
Yeah,
so.
Hurricanes moving back.
See, and that's tough because even if it was Cedar first, they're going to give the call to Hurricane because, you know, they're expecting the defense to react based off of the offense, right?
Exactly.
Not the other way around. The offense knows the cadence. So it is 2nd and 22. Back into their own side of the field here go the Tigers. And what can we expect from them on this play here is they've got bunched up. It's a handoff to McRoberts. He takes it around to the far side, gains 3 yards on the play. So it'll bring up 3rd and long, make it a 3rd and 18 for the Tigers here. Other game going on across town tonight is the Dixie Flyers at the Pineview Panthers. You know, we have 2 games tonight here in the first round that are both going to be Region 9 teams going against Region 9 teams. I mentioned this in the pregame show, but I always hate it when Region 9 teams have to cancel each other out in the first round.
You want to see those Region 9 teams get as far as they can.
You know, it creates good rivalries when you meet up in the playoffs, but meet up in the 2nd or 3rd rounds. You know, meet up in the finals, meet up in the championship as Gabriel rolls out, pressure coming at him. He's got to get the ball downfield. He launches it. It is up, tipped around, caught. CJ Trump brings it in down at the 1-yard line. And on the replay, just tipped around.
What a play, what a catch.
Get in.
Matt, you need to have excellent focus on that to be able to make that catch. Excellent play right there. And that's how you respond to a 3rd and 18.
The junior wide receiver climbing up, and that tipping the ball to himself.
Yeah, that filled his place with a ton of adrenaline. Electric play right there.
That's a 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. And they push it in. Hurricane Tigers get on the board first. Big time score there. Big time play leading up to it. On a 3rd and long, the Tigers go up 6-0 over the Reds. Extra point coming up. The fireworks in the end zone.
Fireworks, crowds losing their minds.
With only 1 play there in the Red Rock Real Estate red zone to punch it in off the 1-yard line, and here comes the extra point. Snap is away, kick is up, and it is good. Make it now 7-0 as the Hurricane Tigers strike first. We're going to take a quick break. Be back right after this.
Best Friends Animal Sanctuary in Kanab is open daily for free family fun. Take a tour, volunteer, hike a trail, or bring home a new best friend. Visit Best Friends today for magical memories that'll last forever.
Today's game is brought to you by Appliance Wholesalers Plus, Buck's Ace Hardware, Dealer Collision, and Findlay Subaru. Hurricane Tigers, they strike first 7-0 here as they're getting ready to kick off. Kickoff brought to you by Best Friends Animal Sanctuary. You can check them out in Hurricane. Go to bestfriends.org. Of course, every animal deserves a loving home. You can go take a tour for a nice little weekend getaway.
I want to give a shout out to my dog. She's actually from Best Friends Animal Sanctuary. It's a very, very good place.
Kick is away, and they're rolling it down. Picked up and brought out now at about the 15. He's going to get mauled there by a bunch of Tigers right at the 15-yard line. Gains enough extra to get to about the 17, and that's where they're going to take control of it here for the Reds. So the Reds here, some of their keys might just be stay healthy.
Stay healthy, yeah.
They've got some guys that have gone down. And
don't put too much pressure on that sophomore quarterback.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate to see guys go down anytime.
After having such a good season, for sure.
Yeah. So here we go. On the handoff. Little spin around, taking it out past the 20s, Caleb Pauley. So again, that's Jackson Mann out there for quarterback for the Cedar Reds after losing Everett Kelling just a few weeks ago. And what a loss that was, but I'm sure he'll be back around again next year. On the handoff there, got him 5 yards or so. So here we go, second down. Looking to pass. Going downfield is man. Does he got him? Wow. No, dropped it. No, dropped it, incomplete. Let's see if we can check that on the replay. Is intended for Crew Giles.
Deep ball. I like
he had it for just a second.
I
but
like the call, but some excellent defense.
The defense just got there and stripped the ball out. I mean, that's as simple as it was. I think he had the catch.
Excellent defensive back, secondary defense.
The rattle from the bleachers here, 3rd and 5. Nice and loud as the Tigers defense does their best. As man going upfield again, overthrown, and a flag on the play. That's a big time call there. That's going to bring it up here. That'll be a Reds first down. I'm sure that's pass interference. So now that'll create a Fabulous Freddy's first down here for the Reds and puts the ball now 37-yard line to get things started on this fresh set of downs.
Yeah, man, you just hate to see those penalties on that 3rd down stop.
Snap is away. Play action going up the middle. It's caught. 40-yard line. Big time play there by the Reds. And Dylan Crowley getting the grab. Crowley up on that far sideline. And now the Reds getting it done through the air, where Hurricane was really getting things going on a ground game. One big shot downfield through the air.
Ground and air for Hurricane's score. Been mostly air here for Cedar.
Yeah, one short run, a good 5-yard run there by Caleb Pauly, but other than that, we're seeing a lot of air attack here as they go for it again through the air. And that is going to be another pass interference call. Another flag on the play. I think that was Carter Wardle. That was called for the pass interference for Hurricane. So pass interference creates another first down, and we continue to move the chains. 2 big penalties, pushing the ball further and further up for the Reds here on this drive. That's going to put them right at that 21-yard line. So here we go, Fabulous Freddy's first down here for the Reds. Looking to answer back from that earlier Hurricane score. Man puts Pauly over to his other side as he goes on an option play, keeps it himself. Had the option of pitching it off to Caleb Pauly, but instead takes it across, gets into the red zone there, 2-yard gain from the Reds. So 2nd and 8 now. Cedar just being a little methodical here. They're not taking quick plays. They're not trying to go any sort of hurry-up offense. They're just taking their sweet time. So here we go on 2nd and 8. Send a guy in motion. It's a handoff to Pauly. He's going to power it up the middle. It's going to be plenty good for about a gain of 5 or 6. He's right about at that line of game, but no, they're going to actually stop him short. It looked like he kind of wobbled his way down past the 15, but no, they stopped him right at that 15-yard line. So what I thought was maybe a gain of 5, really more a gain of 4. So on 3rd down, Crowd going wild. Passing play, it is caught, and Giles, he's going to be right about at that line to gain. Was it enough? He's got to get to the 11. Did he get there? I think he got there.
I think he did.
It's going to be enough to move the chains. So it's a first down, not first and goal. It'll be first down from the 11 inside this Red Rock Real Estate red zone. Trips far side. Man takes a snap. He's looking to pass. Screen play. Got Giles again, but the defense gets over to him. Takes a couple big hits. And he goes down at the 7-yard line. You know, not the best executed screen play there. I'd like to see those receivers stay back a little bit more. They kind of ran out to block, but the defense read it perfectly, and they just wall strike past it.
Give credit to the defense. They just walled right past that screen, made that good tackle, kept it short. Receiver tried to get as many yards as he could.
And honestly, not bad for that situation to go out there and gain about 3 there. So 2nd and 7, looking to pass again. Man's going to go to the end zone, and it's caught. That's a touchdown from Cedar. And again, it's Crew Giles on the touchdown. Just a well-lobbed pass right to his receiver. And here comes the extra point.
And, man, as a defensive coordinator, that pass interference, that's just going to eat you alive because that kept that drive going. When you got that 3rd and 5 stop.
And the kick is up, and it is good. So that ties things back up for us here at 7 apiece. So with it being 7-7, we're going to take a short break. We'll be back right after this with 1:42 left to go here in the first on the Fan Sports Network.
This cheesesteak is so freshly grilled, you can still hear it sizzling.
I can hear it too.
Me too.
Actually, it's the
Hello? Cheesesteak?
grill.
Grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
Today's game is brought to you by Down East, House of Jump, UD & Associates, and Best Friends Animal Sanctuary. All tied up here, 7 apiece. Hurricane scores on their first drive. Cedar scores on their first drive. Some penalties take those away. I don't know if Cedar would be down there or not. I mean, those penalties were earlier on in the drives, and, it was on, like, first downs and whatnot. So, it's tough to say.
There was a 3rd and 5, a pass interference call that kept that Cedar drive alive. That was big. They might have punted after that.
So kickoff is away. And it's going to be touchback. Bring it back out here to the 20-yard line, get things started. We'll be bringing you some scoring updates again from across Region 9 with a bunch of games in action here tonight. We've got 3 here locally. Again, tied up here, but from what I'm seeing, Desert Hills right now leading 35-14 at the half. All right, minute 42 left to go in the first. They send Mick Roberts in motion. Instead, they go handoff up the middle. And it's a really good gain there. Picked up a bunch of yards there. And that was Connor Clyde on the rush. So it'll be 2nd down, about 4 to go here. And much better here, seeing that in the past, Cedar's defense has been able to get into that backfield, take him down for a loss. This was a gain in the right direction here for the Tigers. Minute left to go in the first quarter. Snaps away. And again, it's Clyde taking it. Gains 2 on that one. It'll bring up now a 3rd and short at 2. So one more play left to go here in the first quarter. Tigers looking to breach that line to gain, that 30-yard line, and get that first down. See what they can do here. 2 receivers near side. Taking their time on the snap. Here we go. It's a handoff again. And leaning forward. I think it's right at that line to gain. That's going to be enough there by Connor Clyde again. So once they spot that ball, that clock will start right back up, and that'll take us down to the end of the first quarter.
Exciting first quarter.
Good first quarter. All tied up here at the end of one, and we will switch sides of the field, and Hurricane will continue to drive this ball when we come back here on the Fan Sports Network.
House of Jump is Southern Utah's only indoor trampoline park and your only place to jump, dunk, and dodge. Head on over to our house, the House of Jump.
Scooter's Coffee and Hurricane is the best way to start your day or get you through your day. From breakfast sandwiches to cinnamon rolls to amazing smoothies and, of course, coffee, anytime is a good time to sip and smile. Scooter's Coffee, open 7 days a week.
Today's game is brought to you by Everbowl, Back 9 Golf, Fabulous Freddy's, and Great Harvest Bread Company. Second quarter here on the Fan Sports Network. Inside of your Boulevard home game of the week. The Hurricane Tigers got the first down here before the end of the quarter, as this is a handoff. And again, evading some defenders there, able to strip himself away. Gains 9 yards there on the play. Connor Clyde again on a carry.
Man, I love seeing that running back, avoid those defenders, make some nice moves, power through them, get what could have been, 3-4 yard gain, turn that close to a first down.
And now it's just a matter of just punching the ball across. So let's see what the Tigers scheme up on this one. Now, Coach Cowan loves these formations where just kind of keeping the offense tight here, Mm-hmm. Couple tight end set kind of look. Play action overthrown. And that was supposed to go to McRoberts on the fake handoff and the toss outside. I don't mind that play call. Just got to settle it in there if you're Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah, and I don't mind it because it's 2nd and 1, but 3rd and 1, I wouldn't mess around too much. I just punched it right up the middle, whether it's QB sneak or handoff to the running back.
So that brings up 3rd and 1. And the good thing was that you had the chance to do that kind of a play.
Mm-hmm.
Because now on 3rd down, I expect
2nd and
another
1, kind of the testing down.
Yeah, on that play again here, now with another a 3rd and 1 to go, I would expect a handoff just powered up the middle. Let's see what they end up doing. It is a handoff, and he is going to power it up the middle for a big old gain before he's finally brought down past the 50-yard line and into red territory. Check that out here on the Holbrook Asphalt replay. And they only needed one, but give credit to some blockers. They created a big old hole up front.
Mm-hmm. See, and that's why you run that short pass play on 2nd down and opens up that on 3rd down.
That's right. Passing game open up the run game.
Yep, and then vice versa.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's Fabulous Freddy's first down for the Tigers. Gabriel takes a snap. He hands it off again. Defense pressure coming from behind and taken down for just a short gain there on the play.
If there's a gain at all.
That was Dominic McGarvey who came across on that far side and kind of swooped around to the back, grabbed him at the hips, and was able to keep him from gaining too many yards there. Second and 9, I'm curious what they scheme up here because this drive, again, will knock on wood for them, but for the Tigers, they have not really lost yards much on this drive. The last drive, that's where they struggled. They were still able to get downfield and score, but this drive has been good forward progression. Snap is away. Double fake, play downfield on the pass, and it's a pass interference call. Getting a couple of bumps there. That was a big-time play. But again, pass interference. So that's going to move the chains way down. But listen, give and take, right? You give and take. 2 pass interference calls go against Hurricane.
Yep.
1 pass interference call against Cedar now.
And, man, those are just tough to do, to not pick up on those deep passes. It's really tough for those defensive backs when they're just looking up at the ball. It's tough for them to not interfere with the receiver a little bit.
So fresh set of downs. Let's see what they got going here.
Always one of those ticky-tack calls.
That's right. That's right. 1st and 10. Snaps away. Going to give it on a handoff. And a good run right up the middle. Big ol' gain again by Connor Clyde. Oh, excuse me. No, I believe that was Carson Howard. Or Carson Howard. No, RJ Allred. I have a few number 16s on my.
Okay.
But that was RJ Allred, the sophomore. I had 2 16s on my roster, so I had to double check who we had here, but that was RJ Allred.
Might get a little confusing.
It can get a little confusing. We have a combination of the JV and the varsity roster, so
Okay.
I have to do a little bit of deduction
Bouncing
on
around.
my part just to make sure I'm getting the right names here. Looking to pass as Gabriel's pressure's coming at him. He's got to get rid of it. He still evades the pressure and finally goes down. On the sack was Dax Wankier. So that's a big loss here. It's going to be 2nd down and maybe about 20 here to go. You know, when you evade the one, you almost think just get rid of the ball, right? But it's so hard.
Or maybe just go to the ground so you lose
don't
further
lose more yards. Yeah. You know, it's not a perfect. There's no perfect answer to that scenario.
No, definitely not. You'd prefer if the man didn't get in the backfield.
Yeah. Well, and hey, you know what? He almost evaded it. And
Yes.
if he could have evaded it and actually got it, get a nice pass off, then he's the hero, right? So it's such a tough decision to make. But Gabriel again has pressure coming at him. He tucks it and runs. He's going to gain 5, continuing on, nearly gains 9, almost back to that original line of scrimmage. It'll bring up now 3rd and 11. Hey, you know what? He had about a similar scenario, but this time he says, tucks it and runs with it.
Not happening this time.
Before the defense can do anything, he just tucks and runs. So 3rd down, 11 again for the Tigers, trying to sneak their way into the red zone.
Yep, just outside of it, maybe a yard or so short of that red zone.
With 7:33 or so left to go here in the first half of play. Methodical drive here from the Tigers as it's in a round here on the sweep. Past the 15, past the 10. Grabbed by the jersey before finally being taken down. Is a great move there by Brody Jacobs to get all the way around, and that's going to move the chains. They're inside for 1st and goal at the 8-yard line. Big gain by Brody Jacobs after what looked to be a little treacherous.
Yeah.
With a second and 10 situation.
Yeah. Second and long. Managed to pick up the first down. Good response from Hurricane.
Yeah, should I say second and 20?
Yeah,
I was
second
thinking
20.
10 past the original line of scrimmage, second and 20
second
situation.
And 20.
And in 2 plays, they go and gain 22 yards. Snap is away, going to take it up the middle. And it's another good gain, gets him inside the 5, Connor Clyde. Put the ball at the 4 here, and it'll be second and goal. So here we go. Second down. Snaps away. Handoff. Punches it in. And yes, it is. They give the signal. Touchdown. Tigers. Connor Clyde getting it done. And again, the blocking up front right now by this Hurricane offensive line is giving them everything that they need.
Yes, yes. Run game has been perfect so far.
An extra point on its way. So here we go for the 20-yard chip shot extra point. Snaps away. Nearly blocked, but it is good, and the Tigers take the lead again for the second time in this game with 6:33 left to go here in the first half of play. Take a quick 30-second break. When we return, Hurricane kicking off to the Reds.
Asphalt. It's not something we think about much, except when it's in bad shape. At Holbrook Asphalt, we help cities, HOAs, and businesses avoid replacing painfully expensive roads and parking lots. To avoid the cost of replacing asphalt, you must effectively preserve it while it's still in good condition. University research has shown Holbrook Asphalt's HA5 slows asphalt aging by 67%. We make your pavement assets last longer, cost less to own, all while achieving higher property values. Visit holbrookasphalt.com to discover more.
Tigers get the score. They go up 14-7, 6:33 left to go in the first half of play inside your Boulevard home. Game of the week coming up shortly is the Great Harvest Bread Company halftime show. So stick around for that. We're going to be giving you some more scores from across all of the Region 9 games going on here inside this first round of the state playoffs. This kick is booming down to the goal line. It's going to be brought back out to the 20 on a touchback. Now, the last time this offense was out on the field, we saw man taking some shots downfield, and it ended with a Crew Giles touchdown in the end zone as he was able to just kind of lob one up there for him. But Jackson, man, this sophomore quarterback is not hesitant to just throw the ball. And I'm calling it now. We're going to see a few more on this drive.
Yes, definitely.
We're going to see a few more shots taken. But, hey, you know what? The passing game could open up the run game here. Caleb Pauly is a very excellent runner, very excellent running back for this Cedar Red offense. Let's see what they do on first down. Snaps away. They go with the handoff to Pauly. Pauly takes it around to the far side with the lane to go. Easy first down and plenty extras. He takes a shot on the way out of bounds, but the Reds will take over again here at the 40.
Just keep those chains moving. Very, very good run play right there. Perfect timing by you. That passing game opens up that run game a little bit.
Taking their time here. You had one big run play. Let's see if they, if the defense says, hey, watch out for number 7. Maybe they go through the air again. You have a few different receivers on this Cedar Red offense that can bring in just about anything. And it's a handoff again to Pauly. He's going to power his way through the middle, takes a bump, and goes all the way through. Finally brought down after a gain of 15. And another first down here for the Cedar Reds. Check it out here on the Holbrook Asphalt replay.
Kind of a bit of a late hit.
But again, if you're Jackson Winiger, you're as the defender, you're like, come on, guys,
Yeah.
you know, like I don't want to be the last resort, but
Exactly.
but again, he's taking those shots and smart on him to be able to just give him that push out of bounds. There's nowhere else for him to go.
Exactly.
Just a little
Nothing
nudge
dirty
is all you
about
need
it.
to stop him.
Yep, just a little nudge.
Snap is away, and they go handoff again. Not as big of a hole this time to maneuver through, and we got ourselves a different back on this play for the Reds. That's number 35, Braxton DeMille. But still another gain for the Reds. Pretty good gain of 5 here to keep things moving.
No.
So here we go, 2nd and 5. Giles goes in motion and whistles blow. There's a flag. And this will be brought back. So here's the penalty, false start going against the Reds. So that'll be a 2nd down and about 10 or so. 10 and maybe 10 and a half. That's where they put it. .534 left to go in the first. Snaps away, man, looking to pass. Takes a shot to the sideline. It's dropped. That was intended for Dylan Crowley. Wasn't able to bring it in. It'll be 3rd and long now.
And that's where that penalty just kills you, man.
Penalties are tough, and listen, both of these teams have seen their fair share already here in the first half of play.
I was just going to say, it's kind of been a flag-filled first half for both sides.
You know, we saw 3 pass interference calls. We saw, I believe, 3 false start calls.
Yeah, we've seen multiple false starts.
And the crowd is loud and rumbling here. Snap is away, man. Has to roll out. He's got a lane up the middle. Is enough for first down? Yes, he takes a shot from behind. He goes down after gaining about 17 yards. What a good play here from man. What looked to be a passing play that the pressure was just coming at him. He had to get out of it as quickly as possible.
Excellent way to maneuver away from that defender. And they're just wide open lane, no one around him. Takes it, tucks it, slides for that first down. Great play.
1st and 10. The Reds now well into Hurricane territory as Giles goes in motion. Hand off to Pauly. Pauly's got a little bit of a lane, and he continues on. Down for a gain of, well, we'll give him 6 or so here on that. That'll be 2nd and 4. Maybe 2nd and 3. We'll give him 7. How about it? So here we go on 2nd down. Giles again going in motion. Coming out now to the far side, settling in. Snap away, man. Looking to pass, going to that far side. End zone, caught! Touchdown, Reds! And Dylan Crowley bringing it in for the score. Just missing it on the replay there, but a big-time score from the Reds. And an extra point here could tie this thing up. Snaps away, and kick
almost blocked again.
It is good. So tied up game here, 14 apiece. With 4:03 left to play here in the first half. And we've got ourselves a ball game on the Fan Sports Network. Quick break. We'll be back right after this.
We love giving back to our community, and over the years, we have provided vehicles for families in need. supported local charities, and helped train our first responders. Dealer Collision, your place for collision repair.
Today's game is brought to you by Johnson Pediatric Dentistry, Sport Court, Scooter's Coffee, and Holbrook Asphalt. Red's getting ready to kick this one away after putting 7 on the board. We have yet to see a drive that doesn't end in a touchdown.
Yeah,
that makes for good football.
You know, this is kind of similar to last night's Thursday night football game, actually. The
kinda
first
is.
2 drives for both teams ended up with touchdowns. This was 14-14 game.
That's right.
So it's been very exciting so far.
And this one's going to be taken down into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Yeah, we've seen ourselves some big-time scoring here in this game already. You know, methodical drives, right?
Methodical drives.
It's been good, but neither team is getting the ball in good field position. They're taking it off a kickoff, and they have to start the hard way at the 20-yard line. I mean, both these teams have earned what they've got, right?
Exactly, yep.
160 yards of offense from each of them, if you think about it, right? 80 one way, 80 the other way.
Yep.
Here we are with a tied-up score, 14 apiece.
Both teams have had some big plays, both on offense and defense. We'll see if Hurricane can kind of keep the streak up with touchdowns here. About 4:02 left in the second quarter.
Now, if you're Hurricane here, you know that you have to give the ball back in the second half, so you don't want to give the ball back too early here.
No,
in the first half. Use these 4 minutes to your advantage as they go on a keeper with Dylan Gabriel, and he doesn't gain much, if anything, there on that play. Give him a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 9.
Yeah, you'd love to score here, and then, you know, with very little time left, don't let Cedar get any points on the board before the half once they get the ball back to start the second half. Got plenty of time to just drain the clock and get down the field.
Now, winner of this game is going to be, of course, moving on, and they'll have to face Ridgeline, have to take the drive all the way up to Cache Valley. Roberts goes in motion. It's a handoff. He'll cut it inside. Gets a block. Gets a couple of blocks. And he is away down past the 35-yard line. Gains about 15, 14 there on that play.
You heard me a few times. I love that play. That cut back right through the middle. Center and guard making a massive hole for the guy to go through. Love that play. Few stiff arms, few nice moves. Long run there for that first down.
And the Tigers, again, settling in here.
This is just what we've seen, really, from both sides so far. Just methodically driving the ball down the field.
Love to see it. Snaps away. Handoff, and he's going to, what I thought was going to say get stuffed up, but he's able to get his way out of it. Couple of shoves there after the play is over. And the official comes in and says, hey, calm down. And so here we go on 2nd down and 9 to go. Clock keeps on rolling here with about 2:30, coming up on 2:30 left to go in the first half. McRoberts goes in motion. Keep it himself is Gabriel. Pressure coming from the backside. He's going to be taken down.
And there's appears to be a flag as well.
Flag coming in late. That was Dax Winker on the takedown for the Reds. But with the flag coming in kind of after the play had finished developing, we'll see what the call is here. Okay, personal foul going against the Reds. So that's going to move the ball forward here and move the sticks forward as well.
And man, both sides have been getting, you know, a little bit lucky on some of these drives with some penalty calls, and that just has to frustrate the coach and coordinators just so much, just runs them up a wall.
Absolutely, and especially at this point in the game, like I say, where the clock's running down through the end of the first half. You're tied up. Every single drive matters. Every single score
Both
is
teams
very
have been
much
on
going to
fire,
matter.
so when you do make a stop, you got to make the most of it, and these teams just haven't.
So let's see what they got here with 2 minutes left to play.
And there's
we already got a flag. Sideline warning. Now, I didn't see anybody actually, like, on the field crossing too far on that sideline, and it makes me just think that there was a coach that was just getting a little too friendly with one of those officials after
that's what happens.
The call there.
That's what happens when there's just so many flags here in this first half.
Now there's a handoff again going up the middle, and that'll take it into red territory for a gain of 6. 2nd and 4 coming your way. But again, that clock's going to continue to tick down. Still plenty of time. Minute 40 is a good amount of time, but you got to speed up the offense. You can't keep running the ball without taking some timeouts.
I personally love how this offense has been moving the ball. You know, leave no time left for Cedar, who does get the ball to start the second half, but might want to think about throwing a little bit here, just past the 50.
So here we go on 2nd and 4. Snap is away. High snap. Gabriel's able to haul it in. He rolls out. He's going to take a shot deep downfield. It's overthrown. Trying to get it all the way down there. Intended receiver Brody Jacobs. And listen, Brody had a beat on him, too.
Yes, he did, definitely. Just overshot him. That would have been a huge play here. Brings up a 3rd down. Let's see if the Cedar team can get a stop, maybe draw a punt. If they can, they got some time to get down the field, maybe get some points on the board here before the half.
Well, and I'm also thinking for the Tigers, if you do bring up 4th down here, there's not enough time on the clock. I wonder if they just say, hey, let's go for it on 4th and leave the Reds with the ball, but not much time to do anything with it.
Yep.
Now, all teams still have all their timeouts as well. Going up to the far sideline is caught. McRoberts. He's got it. It's a 1st down for the Tigers, and they're inside the 40-yard line.
Stops the clock as well, so they don't have to burn one of those timeouts.
Not a bad spot to be in right now. Fresh set of downs. Got the ball at the 39-yard line, and like you say, stop clock.
So they got a minute, and they're inside the 40 here, all 3 timeouts. Cedar hasn't been able to stop them on defense.
Yeah, and Cedar, of course, want to save those timeouts in case for some reason they get a turnover or, or something, or maybe Hurricane gets a score early.
Quick score here by Hurricane.
Well, we'll see what happens here. Snaps away. Looking to pass. Pressure coming to his backside. Gets the pass away. It's caught. Wow, what a catch. And hauled in by Brody Jacobs. Still is able to get 4 on that play. And I think that's going to be a timeout by Hurricane, and it is. So that'll be our first timeout of the half. We'll keep it locked in right here, but this timeout is brought to you by Udy and Associates. Make sure to give Luke Udy a call for great service on rates and home, auto, life insurance. Call Luke today, 435-251-9102. You can get yourself a free quote, see how much you could save.
Now, we don't have the replay of that last play, but that was a very chaotic play for Hurricane to pick up 4 yards on. That could have been a much, much bigger loss, but they managed to pick up 4. So terrific play there by the quarterback, and like you said, excellent catch as well.
Yeah, tough by any imagination when you're trying to roll out from defensive pressure coming your way as Dylan Gabriel did. And then for Brody Jacobs, that ball was thrown behind him, and he turned around what seemed in air. I mean, by the looks of it, it almost looked like he turned around, and he did. He jumped from one side and turned in off the jump. But luckily for him, no defenders around him. Able to grab it at about that line of scrimmage and push forward for another 5.
He did all that for about 4 or 5 yards.
Yeah.
I mean, but that is a good play. It does cause Hurricane a timeout, but that does keep the drive moving here. Still got 2 timeouts with exactly 1 minute left to go in this first half.
Well, let's see what they draw up here.
But Cedar just has not been able to finish the pressure and finish, sacking the quarterback and getting that pressure. And they've managed to get a lot of big plays off of that.
Absolutely. So here we go on 2nd down. Exactly 1 minute on the clock. 2nd and 4, snap away. Gabriel looking to pass. Has his eyes downfield. Looked at sending it, but instead he gets tripped up and lost for a yard. Too many defenders downfield. The secondary for Cedar had McRoberts locked up. They had C.J. Trump kind of locked up as well. There's nowhere to go downfield for Dylan Gabriel, and he had his eyes locked on McRoberts down there in the end zone. He wanted to take the shot.
Bit of a jinx on my part. Cedar finally does get home for the sack. Brings down the quarterback finally. Just excellent defense deep downfield, not allowing anything down in the secondary.
So 3rd and 9, and again, another timeout. Again, keeping it right here. Good game so far here, Nathan.
Yes, excellent game. Like we said, no punts or anything. I don't believe we've even seen a 4th down in this game yet. Tied 14-14. It's been offensive firepower. Fun to watch so far.
So 3rd and, they gave him a little bit more for 3rd and 8 here on the play. 52.7 up there on that clock.
They've been dealing with a lot of 3rd downs so far today in this first half as well, and they've responded well.
Snap away, Gabriel with pressure coming at him, dumps it off. McRoberts gets it with no one around him, gets enough for the first down, trying to evade some pressure. He should have went the other way to get out of bounds. He wanted yards, but instead the pressure gets to him. It is a first down, and Hurricanes forced to take that 3rd timeout, but there's a player down on the field out there at about the 50-yard line. Our cameras can't catch that right now, but that's Dylan Gabriel. He pops up again. So maybe it'll be an injury timeout instead of an actual timeout from Hurricane here.
And that's rough.
You don't want to lose your quarterback, Dylan Gabriel, down at the 48 right now.
Not in the first round of the playoffs, that's for sure. But Cedar does get home on the pressure, but they leave a man wide open. And Gabriel managed to get that ball out quick enough, and there was no one around the receiver. He went down, got some more yards. And like you said, probably should have gone out of bounds, just, stop the clock, save a timeout. But it looks like this injury here is an injury timeout for Dylan Gabriel.
And he gets on his feet. They bring him a water and maybe just a little cramped up here. And I don't know, he's kind of shaking his hand, it looks like. I'm not sure what it is, but he is hobbling off. It's definitely something with the leg there. He's kind of limping his way off the field, so I'm not sure exactly what it is. But we will have a little bit of a change of the guard here on the offensive side. Bringing in a different quarterback. So I believe it's going to be Cannon Cowan coming in. Freshman quarterback.
Yeah, and now you're faced in a 14-14 ball game in the playoffs. Probably not the best situation for a freshman quarterback.
Tough spot to be. Let's see who they bring in. No, instead they're bringing in Talon Maxwell maybe? Ball going up, and it is not caught. So the freshman taking a shot downfield, but just nothing there.
That's funny. You don't normally see that. You normally see maybe a handoff or a shorter pass.
Yeah, I kind of like the idea of throwing it downfield, though.
Yeah, you get one play. Why not? 34 seconds left.
So 2nd and 10 here. They've done a really good job of eating away the clock here with one timeout left to go. So even if they do go handoff, which I know they're probably going to try to avoid, as Gabriel takes the snap as he's back into the game, throws that one short. Looked like it kind of just slipped out of his hand a little bit.
Yeah, never really got a good grip on that ball, it looks like.
Now from here, that's kind of a lengthy field goal. You're looking at maybe about a 42-yarder from this spot if you don't get it and you want to go for the field goal. 42-yarder with a high school kicker is right around that line.
Definitely want to get a few more here if you want to get field goal, but this is when you're tasked with a bit of a tough decision. You know, do you go for that first down and keep the long field goal if you don't get that first, or do you just try to make it a shorter field goal, or do you go for that fourth down?
A lot of questions. So here you go, third down. 10 to go. McRoberts going in motion. It's going to be a handoff. He looked to flick it back, but he kept it himself. He's got a little bit of a lane to the outside. He's able to run it out of bounds, and the clock will stop at 24 seconds. Just about enough for a first down. It's going to bring up 4th and 2 here. So he's short, but listen, on 4th down with this much time left,
you got the clock stopped. You go for it, definitely.
And they do have the offense out there on the field. Gabriel.
And with how the run game has been.
Yeah, just go for it.
Yeah.
Just go for it. Gabriel went and got the call from the coach here, so relaying that message to the offense as they get set up on the line. CJ Trump far, Austin McRoberts in the slot, and
looks like Cedar's
going to take one.
Yep.
We'll take a quick 30-second timeout ourselves, wrapping up the first half when we return here on the Fan Sports Network, 14-14.
Fabulous Freddy's is the locals' choice for a full-service car wash. It's fast. Have your car washed in just 20 minutes or less. Fabulous Freddy's always keeps it clean inside and out with 2 Southern Utah locations as well as in Vegas, Lehigh, and Sandy.
Today's game is brought to you by Boulevard Home, Handel's Ice Cream, Intercap Lending, and Red Rock Real Estate.
Coming out of the timeout here, timeout from the Cedar Reds, just to take a little bit of a moment to see what's going on with that offense on a 4th and 2. The Reds, I can already tell you exactly what they're going to do on offense.
What?
They're going to send a guy in motion with a running back on the opposite side of the guy in motion and probably hand it off to one of those two guys.
Looks like they're actually going for a field goal.
I'm told they've been practicing a fake all week, so let's see if they go fake field goal.
All right, let's see this.
This might be the time for it.
You always love some trickery.
We got another timeout.
We got
this
another timeout here by
from
Hurricane.
The offense. Yeah, they could go for a little bit of a little trickery. I don't know. Do you go for it?
I would go for it. I wouldn't try to fake anything. I would just leave the offense out there on the field and go for, normal rushing first down, something like that, maybe a short pass. Don't love the fake field goal.
Listen, now you could just – here's the point where I'm at. Maybe you just go for it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying just go – like, don't even fake it. Just go for it.
Yes, I'm in agreement for
you
sure.
Know?
Don't overthink it.
Don't overthink it. 4th and 2. Now, this Cedar defense has been really good about getting into that backfield, so you have to be careful on what kind of play you do run. But lately, you've actually done pretty good. The only time that the defense has been getting back to you has been when you're running those play-action plays or just straight-up draw plays where you're looking back to pass.
Exactly.
They haven't been able to get them back on those just straight handoffs, you know. They've been handing it off, whether it's to Connor Clyde up the middle, and, they fake McRoberts coming in on a sweep, but they hand it off to Clyde first. And he's been able to bust through for 5 yards almost every single time.
Yep, let's see.
But instead, we got a,
looks like we got a field
goal
formation.
unit out there. Camden Hardy is down on the ground there. And they're just going to go with the straight field goal, and it is good. So no fakes needed.
No fakes, nothing like that. We got fireworks for a field goal.
Listen, every point matters in this kind of a game. So taking 3 there, sure.
Absolutely.
Go for it. Tigers get themselves their 3rd lead of the game now.
Yep. Now, personally, I would have loved going for it. Just kind of, maybe try to go for that touchdown. You had a few more chances with about 20 seconds left on the clock, but they felt sure about the field goal, and sure enough, you knocked it right through. Excellent kick.
I'll tell you this. I would have gone for it if you would have still had that one timeout, but since they called that timeout again after the field goal unit had gone over, I would have again, I would have considered going for it, but then they took that timeout.
Yep.
So taking that last timeout, no need to worry about it.
Yep.
So real quick, we just got notified that switching over to the radio broadcast for just a moment. So hello to our radio listeners on the Fan Sports Network. Right now, Hurricane just gaining the lead off of a field goal with 20 seconds left to go in the first half, 17-14 right now.
It's been an exciting one.
We have yet to see a punt in this entire game.
And we just saw our first fourth down of the whole game.
That's true, too. That is a great point. And this one's going to be sent into the end zone for a touchback, and it'll bring it out to the 20-yard line. A lot of 20s here. 20 seconds, 20-yard line for the Cedar Reds to try to make something happen here before the end of the first half comes around.
Yeah, I don't know. They have about 2 timeouts, correct?
They have 2 timeouts left on the board, yep.
Yeah, I don't know if you try to go for anything here. Maybe if there's something open deep down the middle of the field, but I don't know. Maybe just take the knee, but it looks like they're going for something here.
Let's see what they got. See what they've got schemed up. On 1st and 10, ball at the 20. Here come the Reds. Jackson Man takes a snap. He's going to just hand it off. And Pauly brings it out right about at that line of game. Do they take the timeout? They're going to take the timeout. So they're saying,
looks like
hey,
they're trying to do something here.
You know, we caught 6 seconds off the clock, 14 seconds left to go, but Pauly's able to get the first down. 2 shots downfield. Do you have time? You could do one quick one and go down and call a timeout, and then take one more shot downfield.
Yeah, maybe that's what they're trying to do.
Why not? Yeah, there's a lot of options here for Cedar in about, like I say, 14 seconds could give you 2 plays if you do it right.
Yes. Deep ball down the middle, call that timeout, then maybe take another shot.
Through this timeout.
But you cannot take a sack. You can't take anything here. You can't take too much time off the clock either.
Absolutely. Again, this timeout is brought to you today by UD and Associates. Give Luke UD a call, 435-251-9102. Want to thank some of our other great sponsors for tonight's ball game. Of course, our title sponsor, Boulevard Home, in making your house a home for 50 years here in Southern Utah. And Everbowl. Everbowl bringing us our keys to the game. They've got acai bowls and smoothies that are packed with superfoods to fuel your day. Proudly serving St. George community. Everbowl, where St. George gets its superfood fix. This Cedar offense getting settled in. He got trips near side. Pauly to the left of Jackson Man. 1st and 10, and the crowd is already rumbling like it's 3rd down. Snap is away. Pauly's going to take it on a handoff to the far side. Oh! The ball is out. Ball's on the ground. And I think it's going to stay with the Reds. It is still with the Reds.
And the clock is running out.
So they're just going to take it off to the locker room. They're done. Reds running off the field now. So that is halftime. That halftime score, 17-14. Good first half of football here for us from Hurricane High School. The Tigers and the Reds. This was, as small as the drive was, the only drive that we have not seen a score. And, of course, it was at the end of a half.
Still
so
haven't
how
seen
much
a
does it
punt.
really count?
Still
we still
haven't
haven't seen a punt. So this has been an amazing first half of football, a very good offensive first half of football. Maybe too many flags, but we will dive into all the details when we come back here from the break, and we will be diving in to our Great Harvest Bread Company halftime show. Thank you for joining us here on the Fan Sports Network. Again, Hurricane leading 17-14.
Asphalt. It's not something we think about much, except when it's in bad shape. At Holbrook Asphalt, we help cities, HOAs, and businesses avoid replacing painfully expensive roads and parking lots. To avoid the cost of replacing asphalt, you must effectively preserve it while it's still in good condition. University research has shown Holbrook Asphalt's HA5 slows asphalt aging by 67%. We make your pavement assets last longer, cost less to own, all while achieving higher property values. Visit holbrookasphalt.com to discover more.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
Welcome to the Back Nine. We bring the world's best courses to you. Elevate your game at any time with 24/7 access to top-tier golf technology and expert PGA instructors available. Back Nine Golf is a place to improve your swing for all ages. Join us today.
Best Friends Animal Sanctuary in Kanab is open daily for free family fun. Take a tour, volunteer, hike a trail, or bring home a new best friend. Visit Best Friends today for magical memories that'll last forever.
Create your own relaxing, comfortable space. Boulevard Home offers the guaranteed best prices on furniture, appliances, mattresses, and more. And buy with no interest financing. Shop Boulevard Home, because home is who we are.
You could wander around a warehouse store forever and never find the one thing that can make all the difference. A helpful face? Now that's something to consider. Everything your local Bucks A stands for is written on our faces. Welcoming, neighborly, knowledgeable. When you're in need of a helpful face, visit one of our 3 Southern Utah locations. You could wander around a warehouse store forever and never find the one thing that can make all the difference. A helpful face? Now that's something to consider. Everything your local Bucks A stands for is written on our faces. Welcoming, neighborly, knowledgeable. When you're in need of a helpful face, visit one of our 3 Southern Utah locations.
Hey, it's Marco from Coral Canyon Golf Course, inviting you to play the course with the best backdrop in Southern Utah. Make sure you get out and experience great golf for a great price at Coral Canyon. Visit coralcanyongolfcourse.com or call us at 435-688-1700 for your tee times.
Your child's sports journey starts with the City of St. George Recreation. From their first steps on the court or field to becoming a star player, our youth sports programs are here to develop talents and teamwork skills. So get out and play. Check out all the sports and get signed up at sgcityrec.org.
We love giving back to our community, and over the years, we have provided vehicles for families in need, supported local charities, and helped train our first responders. Dealer Collision, your place for collision repair.
Remember when Down East was all scratch and dent furniture? Your go-to for dorm rooms, kids' rooms, and first homes? Well, the times have changed and Down East has changed with you. Down East is proud to offer our beautiful collection of high-quality furniture designed to elevate your space and make a statement. From stylish sofas and dining tables to cozy bedroom collections. If you're starting fresh or looking to upgrade, Down East has everything you need to create the home you'll love.
Hey St. George, this is Brian. I'm the new owner of your local Everbowl. Looking for a delicious, nutritious meal? Come to Everbowl. Our acai bowls are packed with superfoods to fuel your day. And it's where Region 9 sports fans fuel up.
Fabulous Freddy's is the locals' choice for a full-service car wash. It's fast. Have your car washed in just 20 minutes or less. Fabulous Freddy's always keeps it clean inside and out with 2 Southern Utah locations as well as in Vegas, Lehigh, and Sandy.
At Great Harvest, we believe in crafting more than just bread. We provide crisp, garden-fresh salads and savory sandwiches. Everything from garden-fresh ingredients to our signature handcrafted bread. Our friendly staff will guide you to find a meal that will leave you craving seconds. At Great Harvest, we truly provide something for everyone. And don't forget our baked goods. Satisfy your sweet tooth and finish your meal with a brownie or cinnamon roll. Come visit us at Great Harvest.
Aloha sports fans, it's Boo Boo and Nick from Honolulu Grill. Come get a taste of the islands. Try our famous Kahlua pork or tender teriyaki chicken, and you'll love our mac salad and sweet sauce on your rice. Don't forget to try our original Kava 8 at Honolulu Grill. It's game time.
House of Jump is Southern Utah's only indoor trampoline park and your only place to jump, dunk, and dodge. Head on over to our house, the House of Jump.
Today's game is brought to you by Boulevard Home, Handel's Ice Cream, Intercap Lending, and Red Rock Real Estate.
Welcome in everybody to the halftime show presented by Great Harvest Bread Company. Check out Great Harvest with their 2 locations. Good for breakfast, lunch, dinner, more. Go check out Great Harvest. I just went there recently. They have a little half and half, 2 for special kind of thing going on over there, which I always love.
Nice.
A little half sandwich, half salad.
Love it, love
Yep.
it.
Always a good time over there at Great Harvest. Good place for lunch, especially for me, because it's just right there off Brigham Road, right next to the office. So it's great. 2 locations in southern Utah. Before we get into talking first half here, a couple of updates here across the region brought to you by Nets on Fire. You can check out Nets on Fire, your individual training with camps as well. You can see more details online at netsonfire.org. Building champions on and off the court. Well, first things first, this game halftime, 17-14.
Yeah.
We'll get into the details of that coming up, but across the region, 21-7, Dixie leads at half right now over the Pineview Panthers. Dixie, again, we kind of talked about this earlier in the pregame show and earlier today on the radio, but for those that missed it, Dixie's kind of been rolling a little bit here the last few games of the season, so they're feeling like they could beat just about anybody.
Yeah, they're feeling really, really good right now. Rightfully so. And you said they lead that 21-7?
21-7. That's absolutely right. In some of the other games here from Region 9, one of those being the Desert Hills Thunder, they went up 48-14.
There we go. That's a score that we've been expecting. Desert Hills.
I don't know if that's a final, but it's got to be getting close.
Yeah,
they did
for
start
sure.
an hour earlier than the rest of us, so I would assume that one's going to be...
That one's either final or very, very close to being final.
Yeah, that one's going to be wrapping up sooner than later. And what last I saw from Snow Canyon, they were absolutely killing it.
Yeah, yeah.
So we'll see if we can continue to get you some more scores from across 4A here. 27-7 was the last score that I saw, and that was the final score for Snow Canyon. So they win, and they will move on to face Crimson Cliffs.
Okay, congratulations there to Snow Canyon getting that first round playoff win.
That's right. This upcoming Friday, they're going to be over there against Crimson Cliffs. Desert Hills right now is still currently live. 56-14 is the current score that I've got for Desert Hills against Jordan. And they've been doing a really good job of scoring that
Looks
football.
like that third quarter is just getting over with. So big time performance there from Desert Hills.
Absolutely. Last update that we have from some other scores across our across 4A football. Bear River right now, who's one of the lower ranked teams, facing Timpanogos in the fourth quarter. They're up 23-14. That's a pretty good game going on right there. We also have Uinta getting a big lead over Mountain View. They'll be able to take the win there, 45-14 currently. So that's a few of the games going on tonight across the state of Utah. And we'll continue checking in with that scoreboard for you as we continue on through the evening. But here from Hurricane High School, the Tigers do lead at halftime, 17-14. It's been an amazing first half of football. If you like offense, we've seen offense. The first score of the game came off of, again, it's just some grit, we'll say. And it really was one big shot all the way downfield.
To exactly the 1 yard line.
Took it to the 1 yard line.
He bobbled,
CJ Trump.
Bobbled the play, bobbled the catch a little bit, but managed to haul it in. It was a fantastic play.
Yeah, CJ Trump takes it, as you mentioned, kind of on a tipped ball and just scooped it in. Gets it to the 1 yard line before they punch it into the end zone for the first score of the game.
Yep.
And then on the other side, it was Cedar, a quick drive.
Yeah.
It was just a few plays. They took some big shots downfield. Jackson Mann had Crew Giles a couple of times, and one of them ended up with a pass to the end zone. And again, that was Crew Giles getting the touchdown there for the Cedar Reds. Then it was back into the hands of Hurricane. A better drive that time. Some penalties went against Cedar. That put him in the end zone. And I believe it was... Oh, was it Austin McRoberts or it was RJ Allred potentially that was getting in the end zone? I don't remember exactly who it was that got into the end zone on that second drive. But, again, a little bit better drive in the second drive than the first.
Yep.
And then again, just another answer back. Cedar comes rumbling back. A few big runs by Caleb Pauley gets him downfield a little bit more.
And then Hurricane kind of responded a little bit with that slow, methodical drive right before halftime and managed to kick that long field goal to go up 17-14.
Yeah. Well, and don't forget, too, that Cedar touchdown was a long shot into the side of the end zone.
Yes, perfect throw, perfect catch. Just an excellent play from Cedar to tie that game up at the time.
Yeah, it's been an amazing first half. No turnovers.
Nope.
No turnovers,
only
no
one
punts.
fourth down, no punts.
We only saw 1 4th down, and they kicked a field goal on it and scored. So they converted in a way, you could say. You're right?
Yep.
It was definitely a successful 4th down. So you know what? I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it.
Yeah.
I like this first half of football here from Hurricane High School.
Yeah,
It's
no
been fun.
turnover. A couple frustrating flags, and those can kind of replace the turnovers in the frustration department because those flags, especially on that first Cedar drive, Hurricane got a defensive pass interference that really continued that drive. That would have been a 4th and 5, and that would have resulted in our first punt of the game.
Yeah, but instead, again, it just comes back out. And, there were a few times that we could have seen some 4th downs, but penalties kind of evaded all of that.
Yep.
And if we didn't have penalties, this is a different ballgame.
This is
completely.
definitely, but not taken away from any of the plays or performances of the two teams on offense. But penalties have had a bit of a helpful side for both teams here.
Absolutely. It's been a great first half of football.
It's been a lot of fun.
And, you couldn't ask for more from a playoff game.
Exactly.
It's win or go home. If you don't win, your season's done and it's over. So for both of these teams to be able to play the way they've been playing tonight has been really fun to watch. The defenses have been okay, honestly. It's just, again, take away some of those.
Just silly mistakes. Take away some of those, and we have a whole different ball game. But
absolutely,
like this Hurricane student section, this crowd has been loud on 3rd downs. It's a little chillier outside. I just love the feeling of playoff football.
It's crisp fall football here. That's what we're getting. That's what we're getting. Is some nice fall football coming your way. Well, as the clock is continuing to count down here in the halftime show, we're going to take ourselves another break here, and we will have more football ahead with the halftime score currently 17-14 on the Fan Sports Network.
Asphalt. It's not something we think about much, except when it's in bad shape. At Holbrook Asphalt, we help cities, HOAs, and businesses avoid replacing painfully expensive roads and parking lots. To avoid the cost of replacing asphalt, you must effectively preserve it while it's still in good condition. University research has shown Holbrook Asphalt's HA5 slows asphalt aging by 67%. We make your pavement assets last longer, cost less to own, all while achieving higher property values. Visit holbrookasphalt.com to discover more.
You could wander around a warehouse store forever and never find the one thing that can make all the difference. A helpful face? Now that's something to consider. Everything your local Bucks A stands for is written on our faces. Welcoming, neighborly, knowledgeable. When you're in need of a helpful face, visit one of our 3 Southern Utah locations.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
Aloha, sports fans. It's Booba and Nick from Honolulu Grill. Come get a taste of the islands. Try our famous Kahlua pork or tender teriyaki chicken, and you'll love our mac salad and sweet sauce on your rice. Don't forget to try our original Kava 8 at Honolulu Grill. It's game time.
Nets on Fire is the place to hoop in Southern Utah. Elevate your game with group or individual training with elite coaching. Hustle to netsonfire.org to learn more and see why so many rising stars hoop at Nets. Nets on Fire, building champions on and off the court.
Oh, hello, Italian nightclub from Jimmy John's. Ciao, freshly baked bread piled with Italian-style meats. Hey, hand-sliced veggies. Am I obsessed with this sandwich? Yeah. So what if I am? Jimmy John's. Order online or on the app.
Scooter's Coffee and Hurricane is the best way to start your day or get you through your day. From breakfast sandwiches to cinnamon rolls to amazing smoothies and, of course, coffee. Anytime is a good time to sip and smile Scooter's Coffee. Open 7 days a week.
Nets on Fire is the place to hoop in Southern Utah. Elevate your game with group or individual training with elite coaching. Hustle to netsonfire.org to learn more and see why so many rising stars hoop at Nets. Nets on Fire, building champions on and off the court.
Today's game is brought to you by Findlay Subaru, Honolulu Grill, Nets on Fire, and Intermountain Sports Performance.
Welcome back in as we are getting ready to wrap up our Great Harvest Bread Company halftime show. The Hurricane Tigers lead right now 17-14. Tigers coming back out onto the field after their halftime break. And they got to be feeling pretty good. They've been able to score on every single drive here so far today.
Yep. They have not punted. They've only faced 1 4th down, no turnovers, pretty clean game. Maybe do a bit of a better job protecting the quarterback in the backfield, but other than that, Hurricane has been on fire.
Yeah, I would like to see that offensive line be a little bit more stout on the passing game. They've been great on the running game.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
I don't want to say that I've got complaints because, I mean, they have been phenomenal in opening up some holes for that running game.
Exactly.
But some of that pass protection needs to be stepped up just a little bit more and just be a little more aware of where the rush is coming from.
Exactly.
And, you know, give Cedar credit for that as well, right?
They've been putting pressure on the quarterback, but they haven't always exactly been getting home. They haven't been bringing him down, which means Dylan Gabriel has managed to get a few nice passes off or evade the pass rusher and make a nice play for his team.
Absolutely. It's been a great first half of football here. Can't wait for the second half coming your way inside of our Boulevard Home Game of the Week and a first round of the playoffs here. And this first round of the playoffs has been really just so far just an amazing first half of football for us. Good first round for a lot of these teams that are from Southern Utah. Snow Canyon already getting a win. Desert Hills on track to getting a win.
Yep.
So for our Southern Utah schools, and of course, hey, you know what? These two teams have to play each other. Both Southern Utah teams. Nothing you can do about it. Only one of them can move on.
Yep. You'd love to see both Region 9 Southern Utah teams moving on in the playoffs. You know, maybe meet in the second or third round, you know, whatever. But here in the first round, win or go home. This is how rivalries are made. This is playoff football.
So as we had mentioned earlier, for those of you who missed it, but winner of this game will move on to face Ridgeline, who got a bye. Ridgeline is the #1 team in the state.
So tough task coming for whoever wins this game.
Tough task ahead indeed. Just to give an update on what other teams here in Region 9 will have ahead of them. Desert Hills, they're on track to get that win against Jordan. They will face Stansbury. All of these teams that are playing this week will be road teams coming up, as there were 8 teams that got byes and only 8 teams ahead of them. So,
yeah, exactly.
So if Hurricane stays true with this lead that they have, they could go on to face Ridgeline. If Cedar makes that comeback, they would go on to face Ridgeline.
And calling it a comeback is a bit of a reach because they've been right in this game. They've been exchanging scores. They're going to get this ball right back.
If you count 0-0, this game's been tied 3 times.
Exactly,
so,
exactly.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's that kind of a game.
But Cedar has yet to lead in this game. They've tied it a few times, but they haven't led it yet.
No leads from Cedar, but if they score on this drive with the touchdown, that'll give them a lead.
Exactly.
Snow Canyon will go on to face Crimson. That one is official. And we have the winner of Pineview and Dixie. Currently, Dixie leading that game will face Provo. So that's how things are shaping up right now as we're getting ready to get the second half started for you.
Yep, this crowd has been...
Crowd's been lively.
Yes, crowd has been lively. Their first home playoff game in a few years. We expected a loud crowd, and they haven't disappointed. Sometimes it feels like an earthquake up here in the booth.
Absolutely. By the way, top of the 8th inning in the World Series. For those of you who are watching or this and you want the score for the World Series, I'll give it to you. If you don't want it, close your ears for 3 seconds.
I kind of did. Thank you.
Yankees lead right now 2-1.
Oh.
There you go. Ball brought in at the 5-yard line on the kickoff, taking it across to the far side. A lot of blocking ahead of him, and finally it's kind of wrapped up by the jersey around the 30-yard line and brought out of bounds just past it. But it was a good return there for the Reds.
Good return. Getting their team hyped up to come out here on the field. Excellent return there. We've seen a lot of touchbacks in this game, so a lot of their drives have been starting at the 20, but here they get an extra little boost, about 10 yards or so.
So Cedar Reds control the football here, as we mentioned, in the first half. Plenty of scoring, plenty of opportunities. Cedar Reds with a good drive here could maybe go out and take a lead.
Mm-hmm.
Snap away, man to pass on a screen play, gets it out to the near side. Giles is going to go down, and really no gain, maybe a yard on that play. They might even give him a yard or 2, but not much there for the Reds.
Yeah, that was a bit of a high arcing pass. You just want to kind of fire it in there. That he had blockers downfield. He could have made a move around that defender. Could have gone for more than about, yard or so. So tough play there to start. Got to be better on that pass.
See what they can accomplish here on second down. On second down, snap is away. Going to go hand off to Pauly. Pauly taking it across that far side, gets a block from the receiver, and he's off to the races down the sideline. It's enough for a first down by an extra yard. 10-yard gain there by Caleb Pauly.
Excellent blocking down there. He had a nice move on the stiff arm to get some extra yards. Really, really nice run there to the outside for Pauly.
So that'll bring up a fresh set of downs. First and 10 here. And that's a fabulous Freddy's first down. Ball at the 44 is where we're going to get things started here for the Reds.
And these are, this drive hasn't lasted too long, but these are kind of the starts of drives that we've been seeing a lot from both sides. Kind of the shorter gain and then kind of the big explosive play, whether it's in the air or on the ground.
They send a man in motion. That's Ovison. Going up the middle. It's picked off. Taking it back. Ovison to beat. He's got him. That's going to be a pick six. Taking it all the way to the house for a touchdown. Jackson. Or excuse me. That's either Jackson Smith or Jackson Winiger or Ricky Smith. I'll see if I can get a name on that.
Okay.
That was indeed Jackson. Again, it's tough when you give me two different rosters.
Yeah, that is tough.
Or rosters with two different numbers, two different guys with the same number. Whatever it is, Jackson Winiger on the pick six. And just like that, Hurricane extends the lead to 10, 24-14. What a play by the Hurricane Tigers, getting the pick six and bringing it to the house. I have yet to see a pick six in person this year.
Well, there you go.
At a high school game, so this is the first one I've seen this season.
And what a mistake on Cedar's side. You don't want to do that, obviously, coming out of the half. You want to you got the ball. You want to get down the field. You want to keep scoring. We've just been talking about how clean of a game it had been for both sides. First turnover, and that's just a devastating one for Cedar. That results in a pick six, so not good there for Cedar.
Well, and here's the thing too for Cedar, they had the play set up, so it was almost kind of a screenplay. They had sent Trace Ovison to the near side. Giles went through the middle. The intended target was Giles, but he was in about triple coverage over there.
Yeah.
So the pick was nearly inevitable on that kind of a throw.
Yeah, and at that point you might want to just chuck that into the ground.
Yeah, that's tough. Or again, send it to the near side to Ovison. But
exactly. Yep.
But I could understand not wanting to do that. Yards up the middle.
Yep.
You'll get more yards that way
yep.
in theory, right? At least immediately. You got to earn it if you're sending it to the near sideline. But
but obviously probably the worst way possible to start this second half here for the Reds.
Yeah, they got to fight their way back now, down 10. Kickoff underway. And kind of fumbled around on the ground a little bit, but finally picked up and brought out, only getting out to the 15-yard line. And that's where the Reds are going to take control of it. Brent Martin, the junior, had a tough time kind of getting it picked up on a bit of a squib kick there. Ooh, I don't know what happened there, but he ran into his own teammate. That was number 35.
Probably had the team worried a little bit there.
I believe so. According to my roster, that was Kulani Matsuoka. But he got up and ran it off.
He did. Yes,
just wasn't looking where he's going, bumped into his own teammate. Taking a shot downfield is Jackson Man. Jump ball, no! That was a 50-50 ball. You got few people calling for a flag, but I'm fine with no call there. That was a good jump ball.
That was a jump ball, 50-50 ball, like you said. And it looks like we do have a penalty.
They're going to go holding against Hurricane, and that holding call came up near the line of scrimmage, if I'm not mistaken. A little bit closer, or closer into the secondary, not further back.
I don't love the idea of a jump ball, to start the first drive right after a pick six, maybe get some short stuff going.
It's a gutsy call to make.
Definitely don't want to turn that ball over again immediately.
Well, I'll tell you this, it's not what the defense is going to be expecting you to do at the very least.
No.
But, they kind of
maybe that's why you do it, but I wouldn't put the ball.
It is a tough call to make. I'm with you. I'd lean more towards not doing it. But you know what? It paid off with a holding call.
It did.
But I don't want penalties to be the name of the game in the second half, kind of like it was in the first. So let's see what they do on a first down here.
And that's going to be a false start.
Yep. False start's going to go against the Reds. That was number 66, Max Gines.
Yeah, and man, Cedar just looking a little sloppy here to start this second half, obviously with the pick six, following it up with the 50-50 ball, and then immediately into a false start.
2 steps forward, 1 step back with that penalty. 10 yards forward, 5 back.
Yep.
So here we go on a 1st and 15. Snap is away. It's a handoff to Pauly. Pauly has to spin around. He's kind of run towards the sideline, put on the brakes, and then spun back in.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of some odd movement from him out there.
Some odd movement, yeah. Not totally sure what happened on that play, but doesn't manage to pick up too many yards on it either. Don't believe he got back that penalty yardage.
I don't believe so either. But it is second down and a couple of gain yards on that play, but still about 2nd and 12. Man takes the snap. He's got a lane to pass, gets it out to the near side. That's Giles, makes one guy miss, and will get taken down by the next. On the takedown was Brody Jacobs. And that'll put him in a 3rd and short here. 3rd and 3 left to go. So good enough offensive gain after the mistake of the penalty.
Yeah, you just got to get something here. I don't love the high arcing pass that he threw on that play. Kind of made it a little slower for the receiver. Can't really get that momentum, but let's see how they get here on this 3rd and 3.
And the crowd rumbling those bleachers again. Snap away, rolling out to the far side. Man with room to throw, gets it downfield. He's going to overthrow it. On a 3rd and short, I don't know if I like a large pass play like that.
That's one of my least favorite plays in all of football, no matter the level. I really don't like when it's 4th down or 3rd and short and you decide to bomb it deep. Either have a shorter crossing route or shorter out route and get it to him, or tuck and run for something.
And we're going to see our first punt of the game in the 3rd quarter.
Not the way you want to start this game if you're Cedar.
Well, you threw a pick six.
Second half, yeah, you threw a pick six, get a penalty, and then don't really show too much there on the drive.
Snap is away, and here comes the punt. It's going to fall into the hands of McRoberts. He ducks out of one defender and does get brought down at that 41-yard line.
Rocket shot of a punt right there.
That's all right. That's where they're going to get things started on a fresh set of downs here for the Tigers. $8:55 up on the clock here.
And now this could get really bad really, really fast here for the Cedar Reds if they don't manage to get a stop of some sort here. Either you can't let them score a touchdown here. You got to get a defensive stop of your own here and get the ball back to your offense.
That's absolutely right. And Hurricane, this is the best.
You either want to stop them or allow as low as a field goal here on this drive.
That's right. Best field position Hurricane's seen to start a drive tonight as well. They take the snap, and it's a handoff, and good push forward by Connor Clyde. Clyde takes it down for a gain of 4. Ball set up right here in front of us on that 45-yard line.
See what Hurricane does here. A lot of their drives have started a little slower.
Snaps away, handoff. Trying to take it
Short
inside,
little
nowhere to go. Just only a 1 yard gain there from the Tigers and Austin McRoberts. 3rd and 5. Excuse me, Brody Jacobs.
Hurricane has just faced so many third downs, and they've managed to convert a lot of them, if not all of them. So let's see what they do here on this 3rd down.
Yeah, as you mentioned, 3rd and 5 here.
3rd and 5, they're just trying to drain the clock, you know, kind of wear down this defense, because if they get a touchdown here, it'll be tough for Cedar the rest of the way. That pick 6 really put them down in a hole.
See if the Reds can get that stop that they need on 3rd down. Snap is away. Play action, looking to pass up the middle, and it's incomplete, intended for Brody Jacobs. That'll bring up 4th and 5. So this is only the second 4th down we've seen. And the Tigers are going to send out that punting unit.
It's going to be expected to be only the second punt of the game. You know, after that electrifying, adrenaline-pumping first half, we've now gotten two punts.
Yeah.
Of course, we did have that pick 6 to start the second half as well.
Shows that maybe we saw some good first half adjustments from both these teams.
Yep, that's the whole point of halftime. Adjust to the teams. Adjust, adjust, adjust.
And it's a low one on the ground. Got to get it away.
Ooh.
It's going to be high, but honestly a decent punt. And the ball's on the ground. Who's got it? I think Cedar might have got on top of it. There's a flag. I don't know if I would have thrown a flag on that. I mean, he muffed the punt. You got to dive on that. I mean, everyone's diving on it. That's just the play of the game right there.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd be throwing that flag on that play, but. And I believe it was recovered by Cedar. Hurricane does have their defense out there.
Yeah, man muffed the punt but fell basically right on top of it, so no damage done. Trying to see what this flag is.
Well, and I'm very curious what they're saying. They went and talked to the Cedar coaches over there. Okay, so yeah, they're just going to say there was interference from the
maybe made a little contact with the fair catcher.
Yeah, you got to give him a little space to catch the ball.
Yep.
So that does make sense. That is probably where that call is coming into play here. You got to give him some room to make the grab.
But if you're Cedar, you got to respond with the score.
No,
here.
you have to take
Absolutely.
advantage. You have to
take advantage of that flag and that defensive stop that your defense has finally managed to make. Got to take the advantage here.
Gonna pass up the middle. No, incomplete. And that was intended for Dylan Crowley.
Looks like we have another flag on the field.
Ineligible receiver going against the Reds, so that'll be brought back. Listen, we talked about this before for Cedar. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. So they said. So I'm not sure outside of that. I mean,
I believe
looks like they got
there
something else too.
Offsetting penalties.
So ineligible. Okay, no, there's a sideline warning is what they had as well. So sideline warning. Wow. Okay, so a lot of different things going on.
Yes,
We've got
lots going on here.
So we have ourselves now 2nd and 15. I believe it should be 1st and 15, but I'm not sure. Handoff taken up the middle and gets stopped after almost no gain. There's another flag.
There's another flag.
So Pauly does go forward and gain a couple yards, but it looks like there's going to be some sort of a holding call. Now they're waving it off. So no call.
Flag.
No flags.
Man, just very, very odd start to the second half here.
And so that'll put the ball at the 43-yard line. So they got 12 yards to get it downfield. Some confusion on whether it's second or third down after that penalty as the pressure's coming at him. Another pick!
A big man pick.
Another pick by the big man. He's going to truck him. No. Wow. I was waiting for him to just blow right past him and try to go through him.
Excited. That's a big man pick right there on that screen. You always got to look out for those.
Alaval Fano on that one.
He manages to get the interception. That's got to be the best moment of his whole life right there.
That's absolutely amazing.
And now we've already had 2 turnovers, 2 punts. This is suddenly a defensive showdown.
Man, we've seen this whole second half so far in the
very odd
in the 5 minutes of football that we've played, which does not feel like that much. It's been a lot of time on our watch, but not a lot of time off the clock.
Exactly.
We have seen 2 interceptions, one of those being a pick six. We've seen probably like 7 penalties already.
Yep.
This has just been an insane start to the third quarter.
Big man interception. Love to see that. Let's see how Hurricane can respond. And just rough start for Cedar, man.
Setting up just on the other side of the 20. They're going to go handoff, take it up the middle. And I think that was Brody Jacobs on the handoff. He's got a lot of room to run down there. And we got some extracurriculars after. Down on the about 10 mark, and
looks like that's going to be enough for another first down or so.
It should be pretty close to that first down marker. I think it might be just a yard shy. So here we go with 2nd and 1.
Yeah, 2nd and short here. Just slam that right up the middle. They haven't been able to stop your up the middle run this whole night if you're Hurricane.
2nd and, they give them about 2nd and 2 here. Let's see what they got on 2nd down. The Tigers been able to move the ball, though. They've been having a lot of success in the second half. High snap, handed off, going up the middle. That's going to go all the way in. It's a touchdown. Hurricane Tigers get on the board again with a Connor Clyde touchdown. Check it out here on the Holbrook asphalt replay. Get just a lot of room up the middle.
Like
able to
I
read
said,
it.
just run right up the middle. They haven't been able to stop you there that whole night. That goes in for the score.
Extra point on its way. Snap away. They pitch it to the kicker. He picks it up off the fumble. Nowhere to go. The 2-point conversion failed, but I love the effort. And there's a little bit of pushing and shoving, and still, I'm surprised.
Getting a little chippy out there. Cedar's getting a little frustrated with how this game's been going.
I'm surprised with some of this pushing and shoving going on that they're not doing anything to call any sort of flags to try to get it to stop, but I'm surprised.
Letting them play a little bit.
They're letting
them football,
but they're letting them play after the play's over, and I don't like that.
That's just a show of poor sportsmanship on both sides of the ball, each team, and the refs need to call the flag on that.
Yeah, and throw the flag, call it on both teams. I don't care, but just let it settle down, you know?
Yep.
Let it settle down a little bit. So it's getting chippy out there. 30-14. Hurricanes got a massive lead now.
Suddenly a 3-point deficit is a 16-point deficit, just like that for Cedar after that pick six to start the second half.
Well, not just that, it's 16 unanswered.
16 unanswered from Hurricane.
So the Desert Hills final, for those of you curious, 62-14 was the final. Desert Hills getting the win. And also, we got a tied-up ball game over there at Pineview High School, 28-28.
We knew that game would be very good as well.
So Hurricane getting ready to send this one away here to the Reds, with about halfway through the third quarter. Brought in at the 4, returning it back out, cutting over to the near side. He's got a lot of room to go. Past the 30, slips through a tackle and stumbles right around the 40-yard line. Great return there by the Cedar Reds.
Let's see if the Cedar Reds can build off of that. They've had 2 good returns now in the second half, and they haven't managed to do anything with them. They'll be starting well past the 40-yard line this time.
That's Slade Parsons on the return there for the Reds. And they set it up at the 44. Great field position here to get things started. This is about where they started before, though, after the penalties and everything. they started right about here in the past, but just haven't been able to punch it into Tiger territory, let alone get anywhere near scoring position.
This Tiger defense is really locked down here in the second half.
So here we go, 1st and 10. Jackson man tells Giles to go in motion. Snaps away, hand off to Pauly. Pauly looking for some room to run and only gets about 4 there. 2 more of those, though, and you get yourself a 1st down, so it's a decent gain. Speeding up this offense.
Looks like we have a man 44 a little slow to get up for Hurricane.
Looking for a blitz here from the Tigers. Sure enough, they've got a lot of guys there setting. Pauly's going to run it again. He'll get stuffed up right at that 50-yard line, only gaining 2. Bring up 3rd and 4. Didn't catch the Tigers off guard there, though, as you see the Cedar offense going quick on that last play.
Hurricane making some changes here on defense, some substitutions. The Cedars trying to get something together here, man. They cannot face another 4th down here. They're so close to punching it through Tiger territory, just 4 yards short of that 1st down.
Ball right at midfield. Snap is away. Man, it's blown dead. Timeout.
Timeout, excuse me, not a touchdown.
If only. We love some touchdowns around here, but Hurricane calls the timeout.
Yeah.
So we'll take a quick timeout ourselves. 30-14. Tigers lead this one on the Fan Sports Network.
Oh, hello, Italian nightclub from Jimmy John's. Ciao, freshly baked bread piled with Italian-style meats. Hey, hand-sliced veggies. Am I obsessed with this sandwich? Yeah. So what if I am? Jimmy John's. Order online or on the app.
Own property and want to rent it? Then you need the right team with 11 years of local experience, a staff of over 25 employees, and a 4.9 Google rating. Aim to maximize your rental income and find quality tenants while keeping turnover low to increase your revenue and truly maintain your property. Learn more at redrockpropertymanagement.com. Today's game is brought to you by Findlay Subaru, Honolulu Grill, Nets on Fire, and Intermountain Sports Performance.
Welcome back in here into the 3rd quarter. It is 30-14. We've got ourselves an interesting ball game that has formed in front of us here today. 3rd quarter has been electric, to say the least. Lots of flags, lots of defense, couple of interceptions from the Tigers. Here we go as man rolls out. Gets the pass away to Giles. Giles gets enough for a 1st down, cuts it back inside, and finally goes down at about the 33, 32-yard line. And that'll be enough of a gain there for about 18 yards. So on a fresh set of downs, see what the Reds have to offer. Snaps away again. Pressure coming around. Rolling out to the near side. Has to get a pass off. Going up. It's going to be picked again. They read it perfectly. Brody Jacobs. And a flag comes in late. Check that out here on the replay. He just read it so perfectly. Brody Jacobs goes down, and again, a hit after going out of bounds. So we'll see what the call ends up being here, as there was a flag on the play. So again, it is a personal foul against Cedar. Simple as that, and that'll give the Tigers the ball again. 3 interceptions. Three interceptions here for the Tigers. They've been able to stop the Reds every single drive through turnovers in this second half. So snap is away. It's going to be a handoff, taking it up the middle again. And Connor Clyde gains 5. With 4 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. Ball on the 45. This defense has been amazing. They are reading that secondary so well. Reading those receivers, I should say, in the secondary very well. Let's see what they have here on a second down. McRoberts goes in motion. Handoff to McRoberts. He cuts it inside, follows a block past the 50, puts on the brakes, and is able to gain about 4 extra yards. Austin McRoberts getting it done on the ground. What a play there by McRoberts. Juking a defender and getting all the way down, gains that first down. And a little extra. We've got ourselves an interesting game here as this Tiger, both offense and defense, are just cooking right now.
Yeah, they've really, really tightened up on both sides of the ball.
Another handoff, taking it up the middle, room to run.
Man, dude. They've been good on offense this whole game, but really this second half, they've just been absolutely shut down.
Absolutely. Connor Clyde on the game there. I can't believe it. We've seen 3 interceptions here. Brody Jacobs read that last one so well.
Yeah.
And just saw it coming from a mile away.
Yeah. Tough second half for Cedar, obviously.
As they're getting closer to that red zone, this is that moment that Cedar really just needs to dig deep.
They need to stop.
They need to dig deep and make those stops.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They need to know they're still in this game. This game is not over if they can get a stop here.
Not at all. Handoff. And McRoberts has room to run. No, excuse me, that's Brody Jacobs. Takes it all the way down to the 20.
Made an excellent move there as well.
Yeah, he gains 15 yards. Move those chains one more time, and they're inside that Red Rock Real Estate red zone.
Yeah, I don't love how the Cedar defense is, their body language right now. It seems like they're accepting, kind of defeat here in the third quarter, and I obviously don't love to see that. They need to know that this game is not over. They need to dig deep, and they need to make a big stop here.
Everything Hurricane has done right now to gain this lead has been throughout the span of 1 quarter. There's still 1 full quarter left and 2 minutes on top of that.
Barely even 10 minutes in this quarter, and they've managed to get out 13 unanswered in this quarter on top of the field goal that they got.
They're sending McRoberts in motion. Quick little toss up to him. And he sends it out to the outside with room to go. Gets past the 10, goes out of bounds at about the 12. First down, Tigers. Check it out here on that Holbrook asphalt replay. Again, they send him in motion.
I just want to look at this move. Just this nice cutback away from the defense, throws everyone off and managed to go down there, get that 10-yard run. Love that play. Get another first down, just keep moving the ball down the field.
And he gets it past the 10, so, I mean, you're inside now. You're at the 7. I think it's the 12. Excuse me. You are out at the 7. So it's a first and goal. Up on the Wilkinson Sound Sliding scoreboard, 30-14 Hurricane has been dominant in the second half.
Yes, they have.
Handoff taken by Kelly, going right up the middle. That's Connor Clyde, Connor Clyde taking it in. Another Hurricane touchdown.
And as they've been doing all night, just a run right up the middle. Cedar's been unable to stop them, get that touchdown just like that. Wow, what an explosion here from Hurricane.
It's been absolutely phenomenal to see what they've been able to do in the second half, extending that lead again and again and again. And Cedar just doesn't have an answer right now in the second half.
Cedar doesn't have an answer. We'll see here on this PAT if they try to do another fake. Not sure if the last one was a fake. Might have just been a bad snap, bad hold, kind of a mucky play there. Clean everything here and kick right down the middle.
Yep. So there you go, 37-14. We'll take a quick 30-second break. More when we come back inside our Boulevard Home Game of the Week.
Today's game is brought to you by Boulevard Home, Wilkinson's House of Lighting, Coral Canyon Golf Course, and City of St. George Recreation.
So 37-14 here for the Hurricane Tigers. They have been extremely dominant here in this third quarter.
Yeah, offense,
half.
defense. They've managed to get 3 interceptions, one of them going back for a touchdown, pick 6 to start that second half. We've seen all of this in a span of one quarter.
Yeah. With 1:43 left to go, they kick off again.
And I'm just not loving this body language from Cedar, especially on that last offensive drive.
And they take it all the way past the 20, slips past some defenders. And there's going to be a flag coming in way back when the carrier was about the 35. And that's going to be a holding call. It's going to go against Cedar, and they're going to have to take this ball back at probably about the 25-yard line is where they're going to have to set up.
That's been the name of the game for Cedar. Bad penalties, bad mistakes so far in this second half. And really bad penalties throughout this whole game for Cedar.
Just got to play some smart football here. So see what they got for us here on the penalty flag where they'll end up spotting this ball. But again, with that holding going against the Reds, and I don't know exactly where they said that penalty happened. They say it was about the 40, so let's get it set up at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, and even with the penalty, that's still a solid return. Let's see if they can do anything with it.
Yeah. By the way, World Series update, Game 1. All tied up in the middle of the ninth. Can the Dodgers walk it off? That makes for good playoff baseball right there.
Yes, it does. Playoffs galore here tonight.
Taking it over to the near side. Ball is out, but I think it was after the runner was down, and that sure enough is the case. Caleb Pauly on the run there.
Real quick, back to that World Series. Looks like Stanton hit a 2-run home run. He's been on a heater this postseason.
He did. That was back in, I believe, the 5th, if I'm not mistaken. So with about a minute left to play here in the third quarter, the Reds back on it here. 2nd down and 9 to go. Jackson man surveying the defense, takes a snap. Rushing 4 in and going deep up, tipped. And it's intercepted again.
Oh.
The 4th interception. And a big old hit to take him out of bounds. Case Jones takes the big hit down, but it was brought in and intercepted again by Jackson Winiger. His 2nd interception, the 4th interception in this quarter.
I mean, at this point, you got to give your props to the Hurricane defense. They have been locked down secondary, middle, like linebackers, defensive line. Everything has just been working out to perfection here for the Tigers.
Yeah, this Tiger defense, Tiger offense, they've been able to get a little bit of everybody involved.
Just rough showing for Cedar. What's that, 4 drives ending in an interception?
That is now their 4th in just this quarter.
In just this quarter alone.
And Hurricane has been able to capitalize off of most of them. Snap is away, handoff. Cowan is in at quarterback now.
They just cannot stop the runner up the middle, and they're just going to be draining this clock for the rest of the game.
Smart here by the Tigers, by the way, with the flag on the play.
Looks like holding.
So we got, again, a flag that came in. I'm not sure what the call is here.
I believe it was holding on the Tigers.
trying to get a little direction here on how much time needs to be put back on the clock. And so they put 38 on the clock, let it run. This ball's now been spotted. First down and 20. And, I mean, with the play clock running down, you got to do something. Are they going to try to just run? What do we got going on here?
I mean, they're not in any rush, clearly.
They're not in any rush at all. Telling them, hey, go run a play real quick.
Whether it's a kneel or any, they gotta go.
Well, and it's the end of the third quarter. They had to burn a timeout.
Wow, not the best there from Hurricane, and they've been basically perfect this whole third quarter.
Well, we'll take a quick timeout ourselves. 30 seconds. We'll be back after this.
Best Friends Animal Sanctuary in Kanab is open daily for free family fun. Take a tour, volunteer, hike a trail, or bring home a new best friend. Visit Best Friends today for magical memories that'll last forever.
Today's game is brought to you by Everbowl, Back Nine Golf, Fabulous Freddy's, and Great Harvest Bread Company.
Back at it here where Hurricane leads 37-14. Jackson Winnegar with 2 of those interceptions, 2 of the 4 here in the third quarter. And absolutely just an impressive job from this defense. Brody Jacobs had another one of those. And this has just been a masterclass in that third quarter.
Absolute collapse here for Cedar, but yeah, give Hurricane their props. They've had an excellent third quarter, both sides of the ball. Questionable time management right there, but not a huge deal as we only have 4 seconds left in the third. But they've been almost perfect here in this third quarter. Not much bad to say about Hurricane so far. Defense, offense, everything you can think of.
So with first down and 20 coming our way here, they're going to move it up to 13 seconds is where the officials decide to put it. The clock ran a little bit after the timeout was called, but still not a lot of time left to go in the third. So here we go on a first and 20. See what the Tigers have up their sleeves. Going to be a handoff to McRoberts. He finds a little room to cut in, not too much, only gains a couple yards there on the play. It'll be second and about 17 or 18. Second and long, we'll say. And that will bring up the end of the third quarter. Again, the score here, 37-14. It's been all Hurricane here in the second half so far. See if they can keep it going or if Cedar can try to answer back a few more of those points. We'll see what happens in the fourth quarter coming up next on the Fan Sports Network.
Hey, St. George, this is Brian. I'm the new owner of your local Everbowl. Looking for a delicious, nutritious meal? Come to Everbowl. Our acai bowls are packed with superfoods to fuel your day. And it's where Region 9 sports fans fuel up.
Nets on Fire is the place to hoop in Southern Utah. Elevate your game with group or individual training with elite coaching. Hustle to netsonfire.org to learn more and see why so many rising stars hoop at Nets. Nets on Fire, building champions on and off the court.
At Grass Creek Construction, they put their heart and integrity into every build. Their team is committed to delivering top-quality commercial projects that stand out. Integrity is their competitive edge. Building with passion, building with purpose, proud sponsor of local sports.
So it'll be second and long here for the Tigers coming out of the break, and into the fourth quarter we go. Snap is away. Cowan at quarterback. He's rolling out to that far side. Going to keep it himself and tuck it and run. He's got a little speed there for freshman. Takes a hit on the slide, but he's up and running back again.
Yep.
That'll bring up now 3rd and 10 as he gets right back to that original line of scrimmage. And I like this. You know, bring in the young quarterback. Let him get some varsity minutes.
Let him get some minutes in a game that you likely have locked up. But, man, what a third quarter here from Hurricane. I mean, they were just dominant. And it's weird. It's kind of tough to say that they've put the game away, but they might have put the game away with a perfect third quarter.
Yeah.
Offensively and defensively.
And we got Dylan Gabriel over here on the sideline. His helmet's off. He's pretty casual. He's talking with coaches as well. So seems like this is definitely Cowan's game at this point. Going with the handoff up the middle and plenty of room to go. That'll get it all the way up to about the 30. It will bring up 4th down and 4. And for the Tigers, maybe this is an opportunity to send out that field goal unit one more time and see if you can get one in from.
Looks like they're keeping that
maybe
offense
they're going to go
out there.
for it. They're going to go for it.
Yeah,
here.
they just want to keep
Why
this
not?
ball. They just want to drain as much clock as possible. Wrap this one up.
Yeah.
Get on to the second round of playoffs.
Well, they do bring Dylan Gabriel back out onto the field. Austin McRoberts running out as well. So on a 4th down play, let's see what they can cook up here. So on 4th and 4, though the Tigers haven't seen many 4th downs, this is the first that they're going to go for it. Gabriel takes the snap. He's going to throw. He's got his receiver. McRoberts has the first.
Excellent
and
play.
flags
There's a
coming in
flag.
late. That's got to be a holding call, I'm sure. Going to go against the offense here. Are they saying ineligible? What do we got? So we're going to bring it back either way here. So 4th and 4 becomes, well, it was kind of a 4th and manageable, becomes a 4th
now
and
this is a 4th and
a little
long.
less manageable. 5-yard penalty will bring it back for a 4th and 9.
Also stops the clock.
Yeah.
Keep the offense out there.
Well, in the offense, as you mentioned, yeah, they're going to go for it on a 4th and 9. And why not? You're up enough. Best case scenario,
You
I
get
guess
that first down, you can
first
drain
down,
more clock.
maybe even score. You never know.
Yeah, exactly.
Worst case scenario would be like, what, an interception, but you're
Yeah.
already in your own territory. It's not the end of the world. And we've got ourselves, what do we got, a timeout? What do we got going on here? Delay game.
Delay of game.
Delay game, bringing it back. At this point,
Just
maybe you
making-
do bring out that punting unit.
Yeah, maybe you do bring out that punting unit.
I would consider it. They're bringing the offense off the field.
Smart. Trust that punter to pin him deep.
Yeah. Well, this is good practice for a punter as well. See if you can pin him inside the 10.
Yeah, or shoot. Why not pin him inside the 5?
Hey, you know what? Even better.
Yeah. Let's do something crazy as a punter.
And this is maybe even an opportunity for Cedar to be able to get a return and get some decent field position. Ooh, I thought that was going to be blocked.
And we have a flag.
That was that's going to be roughing the kicker. Wow, and they got it all the way to the 5.
Kick, like I said, inside
4.
the 5, perfect punt.
But that's going to be a roughing the kicker penalty, I'm sure.
And if so, that's going to be an automatic first down.
So Don Malacron, the punter out there, was a little slow walking off. We don't have our camera pointed in that direction at this moment, but he was down for a little bit and kind of slow to walk off. We'll see what the official call is, but there is that flag out there right now. You got the official set up at the 30-yard line. And this could potentially just put the ball back into Hurricanes' hands.
Yeah, a really, really, really bad mistake there by Cedar if this is roughing the punter.
Because that would be, I believe that's an automatic first down type of penalty. If that is the case, then Hurricanes, hey, they got the ball back in good field position with a fresh set of downs potentially. I mean,
continue to drain that clock as well as we're just over 10 minutes.
That's right. And even if it's not an automatic first, it would be 4th and short again.
Yes.
So it's manageable, and you bring that offense back out onto the field. So
let's see, we should be getting that announcement here soon, hopefully.
Yeah, so Whitecaps just went and talked with the with Hurricane coach, Coach Cowan, and now he's back over talking with Cedar's coach. So let's kind of see what ends up being the call. I'm not exactly sure where they're going to go with this one. having a conversation. I think Coach Hyatt over there with the Cedar sideline and one of the other officials is well in on it. So here we go. I believe we're finally getting closer to figure out what this call is.
Possibly.
We're trying to stall over here, if you can't tell, because we just don't know what's exactly going on. But, you know, with a lot of time left still on this clock, we still got a good amount of game ahead of us. I mean, kind of going to be a late night here. We've had so many stoppages.
And they're still talking about it. Wow.
So let's see, what do we got here? Okay, so yeah, defense ran into the kicker. This declined, but we have a personal foul that went against against Cedar. And that's going to be, I believe, a spot foul from where the hold happened.
And
so where are they going to spot this? What down are we on?
Not totally sure.
It's all against Cedar, so it's Hurricanes ball again on a 4th down or potentially a first.
Still talking to coaches right now. Still figuring out where to place the ball. And looks like they're moving it downfield. And, yeah, this looks like it's going to be a first down, and it is. So bad mistake there by Cedar, and that's just been what's killing them in the second half. Just bad mistakes.
Yeah.
Penalties, bad mistakes offensively. Defense hasn't been able to stop them, and looks like we had another flag thrown.
I don't know if that was another flag thrown or if someone threw the flag at the official to say, hey, here's your flag back, but I didn't see what that was. Maybe it is another flag.
Yeah, I mean, it looked to me like the ref threw it up and behind him, so.
It could have been. I was kind of looking in another direction. By the time I looked up, I just saw the yellow in the air.
Yeah, this is going to be another flag.
Okay, so here's the thing. It was 1st and 10. And then sportsmanlike conduct call going against Cedar.
Wow.
That's going to move the ball up even more. So that's another 10-yard penalty. Here's the thing. They were kicking the ball from back at midfield and not even a play later. They haven't even snapped the ball yet, and the ball is already inside the red zone at the 12, 13-yard line.
And those are just terrible penalties by Cedar. I mean, and that's just the tough playoff blowout that they're suffering right now, and just kind of the collapse that they've been going through in the second half. That's just their emotions getting to them. They got to keep that in check, though. I mean, they were punting the ball away with about 10 minutes left, and now Hurricane has the ball close to the end zone here, inside the red zone.
Someone counted it up. It's been 10:01 left on the clock for quite a while here.
Yeah. They're still talking, still figuring stuff out there.
I don't know how long it's been 10:01 on the clock, but it's been 10:01 on the clock for quite some time. But we're still waiting. Yeah, this has been an insane fourth quarter already.
This whole crowd, the players, everyone here is just kind of waiting around.
They got Jeopardy music playing as well because this is just how it's been. So I just pulled it back with 10:16 left on the clock. 10:12 was where it stopped after that play. So we'll say 10:12 on the clock. That was 8 minutes ago.
Wow.
We have gone through 11 seconds in a matter of 10 minutes. That's this kind of game.
And
when we talk about stoppages, and now we have another stoppage. Tell you what, let's take a short break. When we come back, we'll have this whole thing figured out. How's that sound?
Hopefully.
We'll have that on the other side. 37-34, Hurricane leads.
Fabulous Freddy's is the locals' choice for a full-service car wash. It's fast. Have your car washed in just 20 minutes or less. Fabulous Freddy's always keeps it clean inside and out with 2 Southern Utah locations as well as in Vegas, Lehigh, and Sandy.
Today's game is brought to you by Boulevard Home, Handel's Ice Cream,
Intercap Lending, and Red Rock Real Estate.
We're back here. Still trying to get this whole thing sorted out. Looks like Hurricane, someone took a timeout just to, add on to the continued time stoppage.
Talking with the other guys in the booth, and we're talking momentum. We're saying no one has momentum anymore, and you're just so busy talking about things that we're not resolving anything.
It feels like forever ago that Hurricane was getting ready to punt, and that punter got ran into and started everything.
Well, I had taken a look back on the clock to see when flags started to happen, and again, that was about, 10, 11 minutes or so ago, according to what I'm seeing on our stream. So, and we're still trying to figure out what the penalties are.
This crowd trying to stay hyped, trying to stay a little warm as well. As the night continues on, it's going to get a little cooler.
Yeah, we definitely have ourselves a lot. The cheerleaders are at least out there. They're hyped. They're throwing out stuff to the crowd. What are they throwing out? Some T-shirts, some red T-shirts here for the Hurricane Tiger fans.
If you're Hurricane, get hyped. Moving on in the playoffs, most likely, barring a very amazing comeback here by Cedar. It ain't over till it's over.
It ain't over till it's over. And I'm already going to start taking a look at some of the awards we'll hand out in the postgame show here. But one of those awards is going to have to go towards the Hurricane defense with Jackson Winiger.
Yes.
I think he might be he might end up being the Findlay Subaru player of the game here, just because of the 2 interceptions that have led to scores here for the Hurricane Tigers.
Yep, big time player making big time plays.
Yeah, you've had some amazing defense from the Tigers that has, of course, led to offense. 1 pick six. Big plays, though, all around. Austin McRoberts doing what he always does. Dylan Gabriel's been impressive as well at quarterback. And
yeah, he's just been managing to make plays, when there really doesn't appear to be a lot. When Cedar keeps getting in the backfield, he's managed to get the ball downfield.
Yeah,
to
absolutely.
his receivers, making excellent plays.
Absolutely. We're still waiting.
Yep, not totally sure what's going on here.
And I don't know if they've got things figured out for us yet or not, but it's getting closer. It's getting closer here. Let's tell you what, let's take another quick break. We'll step aside when we know more on the Fan Sports Network.
Create your own relaxing, comfortable space. Boulevard Home offers the guaranteed best prices on furniture, appliances, mattresses, and more. And buy with no interest financing. Shop Boulevard Home, because home is who we are.
At Grass Creek Construction, they put their heart and integrity into every build. Their team is committed to delivering top-quality commercial projects that stand out. Integrity is their competitive edge. Building with passion, building with purpose, proud sponsor of local sports.
Today's game is brought to you by Everbowl, Back 9 Golf, Fabulous Freddy's, and Great Harvest Bread Company.
So we're still a little confused here, to say
I'm
the
very
least.
confused.
I don't know why, but we got ourselves a first down with Cedar's offense out there on the field. Tell me where that turnover came around. I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't. I think I failed to see that, but Cedar's got the ball way
so
down in their own end zone.
And my guess is because it was after the punt. Okay, remember that punt happened as they're running the ball up, and they'll gain 3 yards. So here's my guess. The punt happens, so Cedar gets the ball, and they got pinned at the 4-yard line, correct? So then they had a penalty that would have brought them half the distance to the goal, puts them at the 2-yard line. That's where we're at.
Okay.
It's the only thing that makes sense to me.
I'll take your word for it.
It's the only thing that makes sense to me. I thought it was still Hurricane ball potentially just because that's where they were setting things up to be.
And the offense was still out there on the field as well.
They were setting things up to be Hurricane's ball at the 8-yard line. But after some conversation from the officials, we're going to have Cedar ball at the 2. But here we go on a second down from the 4. And that's Jackson Mann able to get it for a little bit of a gain out to about the 7. It'll be 3rd down and 4 to go. And so Hurricane defense still doing what they've been doing best this second half and not allowing too many yards of forward progression here. But they still have a third down ahead of them, see if they can get the stop. But right now, Cedar Reds just have to, with their backs literally against the wall, convert this third down.
Yes,
Snaps
they do.
away. Man, looking to pass. He's going to go near side, has his receiver, and that's going to be a first down plus plenty more past the 20-yard line. And Crew Giles.
Good play there to get out of your own end zone or away from your own end zone a little bit.
Gets him a little bit of a buffer, and that's nice to
gives
have.
him a little bit of a buffer.
So here we go. 1st and 10. Man, looking to pass, going near side again. This time it's just overthrown on the comeback around from Giles. He wasn't able to get back onto it.
Looked like some miscommunication there by the receiver and the quarterback. Receiver might have been in the wrong area. Not sure what happened there, but that pass falls harmlessly to the ground, which really, if you're Cedar, that's kind of all you're hoping for at this point with how this second half has been going in terms of turnovers.
So 2nd and 10. We're cooking with gas now. Hey, 8:22 left on the clock. Man, with some pressure coming at his back, and he's fumbling the ball, and it's Hurricane. Hurricane on top of it. The Tigers get it back at the 15-yard line.
Wow. I mean, look at this pressure. He can't go anywhere, and at that point, you just got to hold on to the ball. Can't do that. He had nowhere to go. That Hurricane defense was just swarming.
Tight and right on the takedown there.
I mean, looks like we have a flag.
There's another flag on the play.
Of course there is.
Of course. Okay, I believe that was going to go against Hurricane here. It does, so.
But still.
But it's their ball either way, so this is.
Rough second half for Jackson Mann and the Cedar Reds here. 5 turnovers after an extremely clean, very, very well played first half of football.
So it is 1st down and 10 for the Hurricane Tigers, and now instead of having it at the 15, they get it at the 30. Cowan in at quarterback. This is a guy in motion, takes snap, handoff.
Again,
going right up the middle for a gain of about 5 there. And
up the middle, haven't been able to stop it there. They can't stop it, keep doing it.
Another good gain. Clyde has been rolling. He gets 4 instead. They'll place him a yard back from where I thought he was. It'll be 2nd and 6. Clock ticking down here, and if you're Hurricane, you love that clock moving down. You don't need to go through the air too much here. You got plenty of time. You can kind of do whatever you want, but it's not the end of the world either way. Snap off, handoff, and it's hit from behind, just right about at that line of scrimmage, and push forward though. So you'll take that push forward.
Yeah, just rumbling up the middle there. Reds defenders can't pull him down, so he fights for a few more.
It'll be 3rd and 3. And the Tigers, again, they just let that clock run down. I like that. At this point, we've had enough stoppages. Let's just play some football.
Yeah, just let the clock run out. You don't need to do any more. You're already up big.
Yeah, that running clock means that the officials are just letting them play. I like that. I'm tired of officials controlling the game. And I get it, you know.
You got to
call
sorted
penalties.
Out.
You got to call penalties.
You got to get it sorted out, all of that.
Yeah, but I just also like watching some football. Let's just let them play.
10-minute stop time, that might be a little too much.
That was enough, yeah. Here we go on 3rd down. It's a handoff, taking it up the middle. That's going to be enough for the line to gain. And it's R.J. Allred on the rush there for the Tigers.
And they've been running that play almost this entire game to perfection. That play has just been working out so well. You know, you got so many moving parts in that play. Can confuse the defense very well, and that continues to strive with that first down.
Ball inside the Red Rock Real Estate red zone. Check out Red Rock Real Estate. If you have family coming to town and need one of those vacation rentals, they've got some nice ones. So go check out Red Rock Real Estate. for when your family comes to town.
It's like some confusion here.
Cowan's saying, hey, what are we doing? What was the play? They got to get going, though, or you're going to have to delay a game penalty. They'll just take the timeout instead. So that is their second timeout here of the half. Score right now at the timeout, 37 Hurricane, 14 Cedar. Timeout taken. We'll take a quick one ourselves here on the Fan Sports Network.
This cheesesteak is so freshly grilled, you can still hear it sizzling.
I can hear it too.
Me too.
Actually, it's the
Hello? Cheesesteak?
grill.
Grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
Today's game is brought to you by Boulevard Home, Wilkinson's House of Lighting, Coral Canyon Golf Course, and City of St. George Recreation.
Welcome back in, everybody, here on the Fan Sports Network. Current update from across Region 9 right now, Dixie and Pineview. Score right now, 42-35. High scoring game in that one. Pineview right now marching down the field. They've got 51 seconds left to go score a touchdown and try to send it to overtime. And right now they got their ball right about at the 30-yard line with 51 seconds. So
doesn't get much better than that in the playoffs.
We'll keep giving you some updates as that game continues on. This one, it's a handoff taken and fallen short. On that is going to be Daniel Stout, I believe. Nowhere to go on that one. And again, Pineview Dixie, this game has been a really good one as well. We've had two really solid games tonight.
Yes, looks like Pineview has a bit of a drive going. They're close to their end zone, or to Dixie's end zone.
Yeah, they're coming up on it.
As we're approaching 5 minutes left here in this fourth quarter of this game.
Snap is away, handoff taken. Jumping inside with it, and a flag comes in.
Two flags.
Couple flags from two different angles. You got two officials that saw something different.
Well, of course, with how this fourth quarter has been going.
That's how this game has gone. The whole game, really. I mean,
the whole
we
game.
say the fourth quarter. The fourth quarter's just been the worst of it.
Yeah.
But this whole game has been nothing but penalty after penalty. Let's see what the penalty ends up being here. Holding is the call against Hurricane. That's declined. And then we also have a holding call.
Another holding. So I
another
guess
one
it
against Hurricane.
Doesn't really matter who.
Pick one.
Pick
your
either
poison.
one. But whoever you pick probably has to run a few more laps in practice, unfortunately.
That's right. So it brings up second down and about 20 or so to go. A little extra, 22, I guess. .450 now on the clock as it continues to run down. Cowan, again, the freshman back in here at quarterback in this fourth quarter. Letting some of these younger guys get some reps here. Their first playoff action. Snap is away. It's a handoff. Pushing forward with it is Allred, and we'll bring up a third down. But again, they're just trying to get some time off the clock.
Yeah, they just want to drain as much clock as they possibly can. They know that they have this one all but wrapped up, just trying to get to the second round of the playoffs.
So we'll see what happens here. Ooh. Looking at that Pineview game, and we'll get to it in a second after this play, but it looks like Levi Shaw went down, and it does not look good at all.
That's not good.
Give you more details on that when we have a moment. Snaps away. The handoff. Allred goes through some defenders there. It's going to bring up still fourth down and plenty long to go. And so again, 4th down. So again, that going over to that Pineview game for just a little bit. Levi Shaw was on the rush, and a little helmet-to-helmet contact knocked him out cold. Did not look good.
Looked like he fumbled on that play as well, and Dixie got that ball, but more concern for him down on the ground. A rough hit. Trying to just avoid that in football.
Yeah, and he's down and out. It did not look
good
at all. So again, that's kind of an update there for you.
As going for a field goal here, Tigers are 4th and 12 with about 2:40 left to go. Yeah, unfortunate.
Field goal is up, and that looks to sneak through. No, a little wide to the left. So no good there. Cedar will take over here with 2:36 left to play. We'll keep it locked in right here with, again, 2:36 to go. And, again.
Yeah, you hate to see that for Pineview. I mean, close game, driving down, and your quarterback gets hit like that. That's scary scene in Pineview.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely a difficult scene over there at Pineview High School. They're in a break right now trying to get him to come back around, but he's knocked out cold apparently. Handoff taken. Pauly takes it over to the far side, and after trying to go near, takes it back far, gains 6 or 7 on the play, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 3 to go.
Cedar playing the hurry-up offense, trying to get something.
Snaps away, look at the pass, going up with it, nothing there. 3rd and 3. Well, Hurricane is going to be moving on in these playoffs.
Yes. You said facing Ridgeline, correct?
Facing Ridgeline. They have a tough bout ahead of them with the Riverhawks up there at Ridgeline.
Definitely. Good showing here tonight, but tough opponent.
Hey, you got to be happy with the progress you've made. You haven't had this kind of a playoff win in a while.
Certainly.
As this one gets dumped off near side here to Trace Ovison. And that's going to be enough for a 1st down. So Cedar will keep rolling with it as we got under 2 minutes left to go. So they move the sticks. Minute 58 now.
That one's going to fall incomplete. Bring up 2nd and 10. You can see Cedar just obviously a little distraught with the way this game was at the end of the first half. 17-14. They were down by only 3. Suddenly they get totally shut out in the second half. Don't know how to respond. 5 total turnovers. Just rough outing here for Cedar in the second half.
So here we go on 2nd and 10. Snap away, and he goes down. I thought he maybe lost the ball, but he lost it, of course, afterwards. So he goes down hard for a loss of 7. Big sack there. Hurricane just trying to wrap this one up.
Yeah, Hurricane just wants to get out here. They just want to be done.
But they're still fired up.
Yes, they're still fired up. Cedar wants to get out of here for the opposite reasons. This crowd's getting excited. They know their first home playoff win in quite some time.
Yep. So see what they got here. Handoff. They'll go to Pauly on this one. He's got some room to go here. He's going to get himself a 1st down and a little extra, taking it out of bounds at the 45 on the opposite side. Move those chains after a gain of 26 yards.
And Pauly's been their best player this whole day so far. He's been kind of that guy on the offense that they've been able to rely on. But this offense just hasn't been out there much in this second half.
First down here for Cedar. Snaps away. Going to throw. Stepping up into the pocket, evading some pressure, gets brought down. So a gain of a little bit, and the clock ticks on. 50 seconds left here before Hurricane is officially declared winners of this game. Deep pass downfield, and nothing there. Kind of tripped over, kind of as he was trying to push the defender out of the way. Got tripped up over his own shoelaces a little bit there. So that'll bring it right on back. 3rd and 6. See what they got on 3rd down. Looking to pass downfield again. Gonna go near with it. Past the 30 and continuing to scramble on.
And by the way, just a quick World Series update as this one's getting over with. Freddie Freeman, bottom of the 10th, walk-off grand slam while down by 1. The Dodgers take game 1 6-3. Freddie Freeman.
Listen.
Crushed a grand slam.
Football.
Playoff baseball. Playoff football.
Playoff football. Playoff baseball. We got it all.
In extra innings. Wow.
With 20 seconds to go here, man rolls out with it, and he's just going to run this one out of bounds. It'll be 2nd down. Gains a couple yards on it. Enough to stop the clock. So let's see what we got here on 2nd down and 6. Snap is away. Look at the pass pressure coming in his back. He's going down with the sack.
And that might be all she wrote for this one.
That's going to do it. That is the game. Hurricane Tigers, they'll move on to face Ridgeline in the 2nd round of the playoffs. The #1 seed awaits them after a big win, 37-14. Cedar Reds.
Excellent second half performance from Hurricane to wrap this one up. I mean, offense, defense, they were perfect in the second half. Congratulations to Hurricane.
Now, the officials are on the field. They're looking up to the booth here.
Oh boy,
is the game not over?
Of course.
Is the game not over? Because the officials are looking up to the booth. Everyone's ready to go home. the fans are cheering. I think they're telling them to put more time on the clock. Did Cedar call a timeout? I think Cedar called a timeout.
Wow.
They wanted one more play. Maybe not. I don't know. No, they are. They're going to go one more play here. Telling them to put 2 seconds on the clock. So one final play for this whole thing to be over. And it is a 4th and long. Giles goes in motion.
Let's see if they can end their season on a high note.
And one final pass, or is it going to be another sack? No, he scrambles out of it. Jackson Mann, one more play, downfield, final touchdown. It's another interception.
Now Hurricane officially moves on to the 2nd round of the playoffs.
And they do so with an interception.
And that's been the name of the game.
Kyler Farr hauls this one in, and that is your final, 37-14. Officially your final,
yes.
as the officials are also now running off the field. So we know it's done. And that'll bring up an end to this one here tonight, 37-14. We'll take a quick 30-second break. When we return, we will break it all down in the post-game show, brought to you by Johnson Pediatric Dentistry. That's next.
At Grass Creek Construction, they put their heart and integrity into every build. Their team is committed to delivering top-quality commercial projects that stand out. Integrity is their competitive edge. Building with passion, building with purpose, proud sponsor of local sports. Today's game is brought to you by Everbowl, Back Nine Golf, Fabulous Freddy's, and Great Harvest Bread Company.
So our final 37-14. Hurricane gets the win and a dominating second half.
Yeah, that's the that was the name of this game. It was close, 17-14 lead for Hurricane going into halftime, and then turnovers. Perfect performance by Hurricane in the second half, offense and defense. That got them the big win. I mean, I believe 23 unanswered points total here for the Hurricane Tigers, and now they're moving on to the second round of the playoffs for the first time in quite some time at home. First time at home. So big congratulations to them, and they're just launching a lot of fireworks off right now. So
they're going at it right now.
Crowd's cheering, so it's pretty loud here.
It's crazy. It's crazy. You know what? Fun atmosphere. You gotta love it. It's, you know, if you're not a fan of this kind of stuff, then you're not a fan of football. So what an amazing atmosphere it's been here out at Hurricane High School. And as we're getting ready to wrap things up from Hurricane, we got to say it's been, again, just a ton of fun, a ton of just good football, right?
Yes.
Player of the game, though, has to go, in my opinion, I don't know. Do you go with you got to go maybe defense here. I think
I think defense got the offense in very, very good positions to score the points that they did. So I think you got to go. I think you got to go someone on defense. I mean, they got like 6 turnovers in the second half.
Yeah, they really did. It was a crazy second half, if that. But really, again, just a lot of good defense all around.
Yep.
I'm going to say that, yeah, I'm going to go with our Findlay Subaru player of the game is Jackson Winiger.
Yep.
I think it has to be Jackson Winiger just for the fact that he had those 2 picks, and that ultimately led to just more scoring.
Yep, more scoring. Very good field position for the offense. So, yeah, I think you could maybe give it to the entire defense, the way they performed with how many turnovers they forced and where they, you know, got the turnovers and all of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Including a pick 6 as well.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So we'll see what the future holds here for this Hurricane team. Again, inside of our Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show here. But, you know, defensively, really good. Offensively, it was also very good. I mean, the Tigers only had to punt the ball, well, technically twice. I was going to say once, but they did do it twice. That was when we had that whole flag debacle going on in the top part of the fourth quarter.
Lasted probably a little too long.
Yeah, oh, it was crazy. But that does mean that we have ourselves some good football ahead of us in the second round of play. I'm curious to see how Hurricane does, taking on the right now the number 1 seeded team in the Ridgeline Riverhawks.
Yes. Good performance before that tough game against, of course, the number 1 team, and a lot to look back on, a lot of positives, but also, despite the score, you still do have a few things to clean up if you're facing such a good team like Ridgeline.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, there's more football going on currently on the Fan Sports Network, so we'll dive out of here for now, and we'll get you into the action over at Pineview High School. You can tune on in over to that one, either wherever you're at, whether you're on the fansportsnetwork.com or on the Fan Sports Network YouTube page. Either way, you can find the games over there. So that'll wrap it up for us from here at Hurricane High School. Thank you for joining us, and we got more football for you next week with Crimson Cliffs and Snow Canyon. Until then, we'll see you.